basically the roles are going to inform maybe what your minor case could be, or even a major or even monumental case, depending on like what's been happening lately. Right now, we're sort of like shooting for a minor, so like like I said, if you guys want to clean up a certain area of the city, it's just going to be a passive role usually, and it's going to be against probably a four, I'm guessing, depending on where you target, like trying to clean up actions. Like do it against a Valentine clan, you have a pretty good shot. That would be a +4 versus a +5 if you want to like crack down on some of their operations. There's crews that they have that are doing various things in the city that are usually not super legal. So
Was there
um,
anything related to that like drug house thing? Because that shook up Enya pretty bad. So I figured she'd want to outreach a little.
sure, you could do an investigation into seeing, for example, like who actually owns that property, because it's likely to be obfuscated behind a few like shell groups and fake names. That's one thing you can do. You could just like directly start to crack down more on it to make it a less desirable place to sell ozone. You have plenty of options. Will be probably determined by passive opposition roll, unless you directly go after another faction in response to this. So, what do you guys? Do you want to just like clean up, try to clean up House of the Rising Sun?
That might not be a bad. I kind of want to go back to that restaurant too a little bit. That whole like eating mer people thing is pretty messed up.
I'll say since the death of the chef, that restaurant has been closed down pretty much. It's a crime scene, but you're not getting much out of it other than like the occasional mer person bits.
Ugh. Um.
We
Also, your
didn't find the
microphone's a
liver,
little
did we?
quiet. No, you didn't.
Okay.
It's because they ate it.
Yeah, yeah, that evidence like disappears in a certain sort of way. So
So, if do you just want to try to clean up or do stuff about the House of the Rising Sun, like just focus your kind of like police efforts on it. This is for like the police force too, not just Aqua. It's kind of like giving you guys like meta control over that, like where the narrative goes for the cops, because really you're the ones who are in the most control about it.
well, Ice Peak would has a personal vendetta against the Valentine clan, but I don't know if she would lead the entire like force against it. So what?
Well,
Yeah,
actually, because you mentioned that, let's see how the Valentine clan is doing these days
yeah.
against other clans that are attacking them.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh my god.
not so
getting
great.
I
rocked.
just love seeing those dice just get rolled on top of each other. Just complete and utter domination.
So,
They should invoke.
I,
Am I still quiet, by the way?
No.
um,
Okay, cool.
no, you're fine. Yeah, you know what? They're gonna invoke their current criminal resources to try and roll again. Basically, they're gonna invoke their that the city is um actually the weather right now is snowy. Ashen snow. They're going to invoke the ashen snow nature of the city to try and use it in their advantage against various skirmishes that they're having with the Jaguar clan. Oof. Thank God they did that. Well, they spent their fate point for it, but they are able to, as the Jaguar clan is attempting to like ambush a big shipment of Valentine clan, like merchandise, like very high profit art and like jewelry and antiques and such. Um, Valentine clan actually not only managed to evade, but kill one of the Jaguar clan samurai. with rolls like that, it was extremely quick, extremely violent. As a result, Valentine Clan remains good. Jaguar Clan um, is going down just a bit. Um, they've taken a big hit, and now Valentine Clan is continuing to do well. Oof.
Oh, poor Kier, man.
Recent attacks against the Valentine Clan have emboldened the Cure Clan to go for a swing. Um, as a result, Valentine Clan crushes Cure Clan, reducing their faction strength as well. Oof. And then, like, finally, we might as well see how they're doing against the Mafia. Local Mafia members are staying out of it. Whenever Valentine Clan comes to knock on their door to try to intimidate them, they manage to hold their own through a variety of different means. They have Ronin in their employ, as well as merfolk. They don't discriminate. They're able to keep the Valentine Clan from like muscling in too much on them. However, as the board currently looks, every other clan right now is being basically what happened when you guys killed Melon. When you got Melon killed, it stirred the hornet's nest of Valentine Clan activity. Like they are now like they can't look weak in front of the other groups on Guam, and are as a result are like kind of going buck wild. One last roll to see how they are doing against. They do not really do much to dissuade Poppy's fans from like causing trouble. Um, Nor can they truly profit off of the rise in Poppy's stardom by selling bootleg merchandise or otherwise facilitating the sale of stolen tickets, scalping, that sort of thing. Poppy's fan base is largely safe. Valentine Clan can't look for a good angle right now. They're too busy with all the warring. There are several deaths that have occurred in this like little spray of dice rolls that you see. The Valentine's killed at least 2 enemy samurai, likely quite a few of their crew members are gone missing or are in the hospital or are just dead in the streets. It's a gang war, but it's a minor one at least for now. With all sides trying to take a little bite out of the Valentine Empire. Valentine Clan continues to be the most powerful clan on Guam and in Stella Maris. So, all that in mind, uh, what do you want the cops to do? So you have basically like you have a series of skirmishes happening in the streets here in the city.
Do any of them accidentally cut into like the normal everyday people?
If there's one thing you can respect about samurai, they tend not to.
Okay, so there's nothing for me to bite onto and like make into a make into a problem for the.
No, they definitely. You will notice that because of the way that you handled Melon, the fact that he died and was killed for basically almost baiting you out. The rest of them are keeping their profile extremely minimized, especially as far as like what is overlap with you, like your unit of like Aqua. Like they are actually avoiding breaking any like hard concrete law, except in regards to like sometimes firearm usage and driving, like traffic law.
Okay, that's acceptable.
It can be, but
we could always like try to go back to that God, what was it called? You know, the flop house to sort of try to see where the ozone source is coming from. It might be related to the samurai.
Yeah, we might as well like attempt to
Rising Sun, that's the name I'm trying to think of.
This will count as a fight the power roll, so this is like a clean. This is going to count as a cleaning up the city kind of thing. The passive value on this, you have to pass a 4. with a roll of a +2. If you invoke, you'll be able to do it. If you're looking for things to invoke here, we will say that Ozone is definitely an aspect that you can invoke. I don't even think I need to write it down. It's just a permanent aspect for now that you can kind of invoke whenever you are doing an investigation or any kind of police action related to Ozone. Just consider it to be like a scenario aspect or a campaign aspect for now, till it's handled. I'm assuming you'd want to invoke that.
Wait, so what do we roll against that?
Nothing. It's just passive opposition.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a passive opposition roll. It's like whatever the corruption level is and whatever faction you're dealing with. Any faction that you're dealing with is the mafias of Stella Maris, who are the ones that primarily deal with the drug trade. Various criminal organizations calling themselves mafia or just any kind of like gang all kind of fall under that category. I am assuming you'd want to invoke, right? Or you can choose to succeed and hold your fate point for whatever reason. I mean, you may want to do an action against another faction before we're finished. So
no, I'll invoke.
With an invoke of +4, what action do you specifically want to take in regards to? You just want to find out who's dealing at the House of the Rising Sun?
Yeah, like interview people and see like where they got theirs from, and then track that person down and sort of like try to find the source.
Yeah, if you go and do kind of the footwork of finding out like what's going on with the dealers, you'll find that it's a small gang called the 2000 Miles that are currently operating as the primary dealer and distributor for Ozone in that area. Most of the dealers buy from the 2000 Miles. Yes, you could. You would have to get a good deal on Ozone. They're a small group that do some kind of we'll call them a hybrid group because they're human and merfolk, and not all Dagonite either. Although there are like 1 or 2 suspected Dagonites within their group. It's low level, but they do make money, and they are one of the distributors of Ozone. They are not the importer or maker of Ozone, however. Nobody really knows who's making it. They only buy in bulk and resell. With a roll of +4, I will say that you can work to shore up some of that by just increasing pressure up on the mafia, quote unquote, or criminal organizations that are making money off of the House of the Rising Sun or otherwise like dealing Ozone, that sort of thing. Which I'm assuming you would want to do as a group.
Yeah, I'm into finding the source.
Okay.
Yeah, let's stop some drugs.
Yeah.
Your best bet
have a very special episode. We got to save the bottlenose boys.
No, from drugs.
Yes, actually, the next time you go into the House of the Rising Sun, you'll notice there is a bottlenose boy who is high on Ozone there.
Oh my god!
Baby,
no!
Yep, now it's personal.
Weirdly enough, the higher they are on Ozone, the smaller their little dot eye gets.
No!
Practically not even drawn on. Just.
This has got to stop. Not the bottlenose boys. He's gonna get his friends to do it too. Oh, no.
Yeah, go have an Enya talk with him. Tell him why drugs are bad.
Man.
So you can focus your minor case, I guess, if you want, on matters of cleaning up the House of the Rising Sun, or you can just kind of like take that action and leave it for now. I'll say because of your efforts there, let's see what happens with the Mafia. Mafia remains surprisingly unbothered. 2,000 Miles seems to have known from your initial raid on the House of the Rising Sun that you would be coming in at some point, so they've kind of cleaned up where they could and left a few skeleton crew people there to run operations and make sales, but all of it was expendable. None of it was really like devastating to them, except for the fact that now that location is getting a bit more scrutiny than it used to. Well, a lot more scrutiny than it used to. In addition, there's another problem with the House of the Rising Sun, which is that there is a demon that is currently infesting it. So while you can clean it up kind of as much as you want, currently anyone that you pull out of there, and a lot of the people that you are managed to save or get out of trouble in that location, things have happened to them where they're not going to be okay. Basically, they've been haunted or visited by a demon. You can choose to try to exorcise the demon if you want, or you can leave that be. Chances are, if you clean up the House of the Rising Sun, the demon will be a little bit easier to deal with. But right now, it's not only evasive, but likely pretty powerful from how many junkies go through there.
Yeah, it's wasn't it like a strip mall and it's got like 30 rooms?
Yeah,
It's like huge.
yeah, it's almost not quite the raid level, but yeah, it's pretty big. A lot of rooms in there. Would you like to have your police samurai go in and try to clean it up again? You can send Doralee. That's kind of like her job. But keep in mind, if she loses on the roll this time, she may get injured. So you always risk your police samurai when you call them in for actions.
Worth it? The house needs all the help it can get, I think.
Okay. If you guys all feel that way, let's drag out Doralee. There we go. Doralee will be rolling against a yet unknown demon. Let's see how she does.
Oh no.
Okay. She takes. She manages to track down the demon while you guys are running your cleanup investigation and operations. But it not only evades her, it manages to injure her arm, like just like deeply kind of. She doesn't want to describe exactly what happened, but you can tell it looks like there's a puncture wound, and the wound is like pretty wide, broad. Yeah, she's gonna need stitches and probably some a little bit of antibiotic for that shit.
A little bit.
She usually tries to spare you guys the details of what exactly she does when she fights demons, but it's not great. Also, the sound of um, blessed gunfire has scared off more of the mafia, perhaps afraid that the police are cracking down harder than ever. I'll say that mafia in the area are operating at a -1 at this point because they just heard what sounds like a 21 gun salute going off inside of the House of the Rising Sun. You're also scaring off junkies, I guess, but that's how it is.
Question. So this was like a place where unregistered people went, well, merfolk, I should say, when they were trying to get out. Where do they usually go, or is there a place when they're first showing up to Guam?
Oh, that would be. There actually is a name for it, and it's never come up. But it is called Port St. Vincent. It is one of the furthest. Activate the map. So we're still operating with the old map. Don't worry about it. Port St. Vincent is right around, say, Oh, I gotta do a drawing tool. Hold on. It's like right around. Come on.
Magic draw tool.
There we go. So we'll say Port St. Vincent is probably around here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like probably redo the whole thing. It's further south of the beach than you guys had your little incident. Um, it is kind of yes, and it is named after St. Vincent. Port St. Vincent is where people usually come when they're immigrants to Guam. There are other ports around Guam where people can go, but Port St. Vincent is like pretty popular one because it's also the one that's like closest, like technically geographically closest to Atlantis. So, a lot of people like you guys are on kind of the furthest east side of Guam. Atlantis is to your west, straight line of ocean. So people come to Port St. Vincent. It's also where there are shipments of coral steel from Atlantis goes through Port St. Vincent as well. So it's also a very wealthy opportunity for certain groups. Currently, the faction that is holding control over Port St. Vincent, other than the government, is the Valentine clan. They are working closely with the Dorobo group to secure trade lines, but they are facing renewed aggression and competition. So there are other samurai clans that are attempting to court investors and basically take over contracts. As of right now, with recent roles and conflicts throughout the city, no one has the strength to try and even begin to take away what is likely one of the Valentine's clan's most profitable operations, which is security and like basically, I won't say control. They don't have control like they can stop shipments or anything, but shit'll go missing from your ships and people will be less inclined to give you like good rates. The Valentine clan is like basically marked you as not being cooperative. So it's it's fucking organized crime shit.
Goodness me. So, did the Jaguar, because you mentioned that they tried to intercept a ship.
They tried to intercept a shipment of stolen, basically art goods that were being transported through Guam, but likely were pilfered from countries that the Jaguar clan has members from. So they were trying to take back like stuff like indigenous art, culturally important stuff that might have been pillaged during war, just any kind of ransacking that can occur when a state goes into uncertain political waters, that sort of thing. Like oh, a mummy from such and such, that sort of like, you know what I mean, that there is that sort of colonial art trade that still occurs even to this day. So like in 2190, I'm sorry, 2121, but even yeah, in modern day that happens. So that's likely what the Jaguar clan was trying to hijack to try to steal back for whatever country or just whatever people. They were thwarted. It was a land-based shipment, however, but it was a land-based shipment, but those goods probably came through Port St. Vincent first.
Okay, noted. Ah, it's interesting that we have like some weird illegal art trade somewhere on Guam.
Not only that, you also have an art district in Stella Maris, so
Okay. Oh, options.
yep. So you have so if you want to look at what minor cases you have here, you can further look into House of the Rising Sun. You can look into what the Jaguar clan was all like amped up about with this art shipment and that they lost the samurai for. You can look into really any sort of crime that you can imagine in the city. There is kind of like a wide variety of it. You have poppy fanatics that are currently causing trouble here and there. You have if you're ever in doubt or feel like you don't know what to do for a small minor case, just go find the bottlenose boys. They are always causing trouble. You know that because you just dragged one out of the house of the rising sun. Um, yeah, you got options to pick from. If you really can't think of anything, I will use this Law and Order random generator.
Oh no.
Well, there seems like a lot of threads to pull. I just since it's going to be Enya or Mikey's case, what is close to their heart? What is something they'd want to solve in the city?
Oh man. Mikey, do
Like,
you have
if you
Mikey, I will say if you want an idea of what you could be lead on, Ozone is kind of for a Murph person like you, for an I type. Um, this is like sort of your wheelhouse in a way, and it's also like weirdly. I don't know about like, yeah, it's a weirdly seductive idea to just drop one of those eyedroppers in and see what the fuck is happening there. You are a Dagon. You're not a Dagonite. You're a Merfolk, so you will. It does have certain addictive potential, but being an I type is about seeing and perceiving. This is highly related to perception and the alteration of perception. Um, you could even use your abilities to try to grasp what others may be seeing when they use this drug without taking it yourself. There are ways that an I mer person could do that. I merman. Um, if you were to grab someone and just like stare into their eyes and try to read the way that their eyes move, as you talk to them, you can just this is an ability that all I types have. The way that someone's eye moves, the way that they respond to stimulation like light, movement, you can sort of etch out what somebody is looking or has looked at or how they look at things, um, to get an idea of like what it is that they're perceiving. You can't see one for one. It's not exactly like telepathy or mind reading, but if you think about it in the same way, like where doctors will like conduct a test on someone to see if they're have brain damage or whatever, um, you can kind of do that like just passively. It's the thing you can do. Um, Lore wise, I'll tell you that this is what invading Dagonites would use to try to determine if they were close to a military base or a civilian population by reading the reactions, reflexes of whoever it is that they had captured. They could tell the difference between like soldiers, civilians, people who have seen combat, people who haven't seen combat, those who have gotten enough sleep and haven't got, you know what I mean? Like people who are up late at night and maybe on patrol, those who aren't, that sort of thing. You can read that all in almost a split second from just like staring someone directly in the eye. Fun times.
That's trippy. Hey, wouldn't Mikey be interested in that ceremonial knife?
Sure. That is another thread that you can definitely pull if you want. The ceremonial knife was taken from the crime scene with Henker. Um, it is linked to an old group of, we'll call them, how do I say it exactly?
Not the knife party.
Lunar supremacists, Nazis, moon Nazis, um, who have since supposedly become defunct, but have seen a resurgence with the appearance of Avicii Dagon and mermen and merwomen. They have become shifted focus more to become human supremacists and have even begun to recruit people that are naturally born on the earth, as they have shifted their messaging from being one of lunar supremacy to human survival, i.e., it's really hard for me not to say, but they don't want people replaced by Dagonites, which is what they are definitely promoting is a thing that will happen. That merfolk will eventually replace humanity. You can deal with that angle if you want. That is a thread to pull for more of a major or even monumental case, depending on how much you want to go into dealing with them. But I will tell you that as of your previous case, what you sort of discovered when you went after the restaurant, you know that there are people in the police force that are possibly connected to the knife party.
Rough. Okay, I'm thinking two things. I want to patrol like the coast that Dorobo just like bought with, and to see if there's any suspicious activity around Port St. Vincent. And I also want to swing by the House of the Rising Sun to, do the whole look into the bottlenose boy's eyes kind of thing.
Okay. Um. So let's see. Let's handle them one at a time. If you go by the Dorobo kind of beach where they had set up, you'll find that they are um, already beginning to do excavation on the beach. They seem to be looking for something. They're digging. There's a lot of crews of people in what look like black hazmat suits. There's black warning tape up everywhere with like white letters on it. Um, they have the whole area cordoned off. You notice that aside from the people that are doing the excavation work, there are also monks walking, like kind of circling the perimeter, chanting with blindfolds on. Very deep intonation as they go. There's at least four of them circling the entire perimeter of this beach area where everyone's working. Um, the closer you get to that area, the more foreboding it feels. They're doing something.
Shit, that's weird. You said there were people wearing black?
Black hazmat, yeah.
What does black hat? Does anyone know what that means? That man, I guess we gotta ask. But it is private property, so.
It is. They own the property. Do you want to attempt to investigate further?
Yeah, can we just keep patrolling around and is there anything else noteworthy?
Yes. Around the area, you will find a teddy bear with one eye missing, just sitting out by itself.
Is it within? It's probably on the grounds.
Just sitting on the ground, nothing around it.
Yeah, Mikey's gonna bag that.
Oh, you're gonna have to roll before you do that. Roll your gaze against a passive opposition of 4. Oh, okay. So you managed to see, before you bag it, you see an ant crawl up to it, crawl around the back, and then the ant vanishes.
Oh yeah, Mikey's head would kind of tilt as he watched the ant disappear. And if Enya and if everybody's there, he would just go, "Yeah, I'm not touching that, guys. It's got a weird thing."
Well, why did you want to touch it anyway? It's just a teddy bear.
I mean, because it could be something, and it is. I mean, the ant disappeared.
Weird thing.
With a roll of 4, by the way, you can tell that the remaining eye is moving. It seems to be a small eye of flesh, and it is just rolling around, looking kind of here and there.
So it's not like it sees me, but it isn't looking at me. It's just kind of
just scanning around. Yeah.
Yeah, he would kind of squat down and stare at this bear and just go, "Yeah, it's eye. It's an eye." like a real eye, not like a doll eye. But it's not focused on anything. It's just kind of, and he's kind of like moving. He's trying to like move around with the eye, so like he's kind of shifting on his heels a little.
Are you trying to read the eye?
Probably not at first, but eventually it does kind of turn into that as he's kind of moving with the eye. It's sort of this like dance to see
Okay.
what it's trying to see.
Give me another gaze roll with a passive opposition of 4 again. Do you want to invoke, or are you just going to let it lay?
I'll invoke.
Okay. What is it you'd like to invoke?
I guess I'll invoke my drive, learning everything he can.
Okay. The only other time you've seen an eye like this would be when you maybe at some point saw a person who had gotten into a very bad car crash. It was an older gentleman. He was likely dying at that point. It's just human. So has the same movement type structure as a human eye. It's just smaller, but it has the same wandering kind of dazed manner about it. In other words, this is the eye of somebody who's dying, likely older. Again, size, it's about the fourth of the size of a human eyeball. It's set inside of this teddy bear's head.
Huh. Yeah, Mikey is still like watching this eye and is just like, yeah, it's weird. I really don't want to mess with it, guys, but the bear's a thing.
Shall we begin experiments?
I mean, I don't want to touch it because it made an ant disappear, and I don't know where that ant went.
Ice Peak pulls out a single lamprey and offers it to Mikey.
He'll take it and he'll set it like on the bear's lap to let the lamprey like kind of crawl around it to see if it disappears in the same way the ant did.
If it does, so you let it crawl around the entirety of the bear.
Yeah.
It does in fact disappear.
Oh, how does that feel?
The last thing you hear before it disappears is a chime, and then you hear.
Do we all hear that, or is it just
No, only Ice Peak.
Okay.
And then finally after that, konichiwa, and that's it.
Oh yeah, Mikey. Once it disappears, Mikey will just turn to Ice Peak and just go, "Yeah, I don't want to touch something if it's gonna make my whole body disappear." So, he pulls out his phone and he just takes like some pictures of it where it's like setting.
Ice Peak seems very like she's not looking at you at the moment. Like she's looking into the far distance as she experiences whatever that was. And she clears her throat. I think it is cursed.
Enya's gonna come back around. You guys still messing with that bear? And she's gonna give it like a little kick.
Oh, no.
Are you gonna kick it?
No.
Yeah.
Can I block her? Yeah.
Blue has been watching all of this, by the way.
Go ahead, try to roll to block her, I guess, or you don't have to roll if Enya allows herself to just get blocked, I guess. You're really gonna go for it, Enya? You're gonna let yourself get restrained by your friends? You're really gonna go for it, okay.
Oh, no.
Okay, somebody has to beat a 1, or Enya's taking a trip.
Oh, to Japan. What would I roll to block this?
Oh no.
Oh. Yeah, no, I did not do good.
Oh my god. And using your slithery body to try and restrain Enya.
Yeah, my entire arm like wraps around her leg and pulls like a cord and pulls it back.
Oh, hey, what's the big idea?
I would not recommend unless you like to go to Japan.
What? No.
I believe it will take you to Japan.
So you're saying it's a magic bear?
I am saying it is cursed.
Oh, that's real weird. What's that doing here?
As you are discussing kind of the bear, because you're focused on Enya, and because it seems like this person may have come out of nowhere, a man with glasses and long hair kind of just walks over calmly and picks the bear up.
Oh,
It looks like this. He adjusts his glasses and then kind of turns the bear over and begins just examining it.
he's under the city.
Oh, let me just go ahead and... You see him now?
Yes, thank.
Oh,
Oh,
there we go.
Oh, yeah, he keeps
back
disappearing into
now,
the city.
excuse me. Name, please.
He looks at you. Me? My name is Sunny Fortuna. What can I do for you today?
Oh, is that your bear?
No, not my bear. He kind of like turns it over again.
Have
What are
you
the police interested in here exactly?
Oh, we're just doing routine patrol.
Ah,
That the bear has a human eye.
does it? He turns it around and then looks it directly in the eye. Yes, it seems to have a human eye. Is that against the law?
I would assume so.
Like you see, like I guess Enya and Ice Peak and Blue. You guys see Mikey's eyes. Like he may not be facing you guys right now, but his eyes stick out towards you from under his hat. Like he's looking at you guys. Like, is it? He's not sure. This is a very specific case for law.
Do I roll a brain check? I assume you can't just like trade human body parts. I'm pretty sure that's against the law.
Maybe
Yeah.
the future is weird.
Can I ask what statute that would be? Because I'm about to start listing it.
It could be like there's no statute against growing an eye in a lab and then putting it in a teddy bear.
No.
That's so weird and specific. Why isn't it? Who wants an actual like flesh and blood bear doll?
But like there's like a trade. There's like a trade, right? Like you can't. I assume there's like a ban on a trade of body parts.
Not like this. Not grown in a lab. Not in Guam.
So I guess we just did that. Depends where the eye has been located.
I see. Well, the eye actually used to belong to one of our security guards. In fact, he shakes the bear a little. I think this used to be him. His name was Mario. He shakes the bear again. But now I don't know if Mario's a good name for a bear. So, his name now is probably Snuggles.
Okay, I have to ask, are you on anything right now?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I am.
Okay, yeah, that's really honest of you. Can I ask what it is?
It's just a medication that I have to take for a condition that I have, actually. But it shouldn't make me act any differently, at least not according to what people expect out of Sunny Fortuna.
Okay, thank you. It doesn't sound like it's anything illegal, so... She gives him a thumbs up. You know a lot about this bear, so...
I have just been told it is a man.
Was a man.
And do you know how the process he was turned into bear?
Yes, I believe it was the curse of probably the the toy curse of some kind. There's at least 30 of them that I'm aware of in Japan. Likely one that involved a child who had died in a fire or something.
And
He
how
sniffs
did
the
it then?
bear.
Oh,
Yep, smells like smoke.
I see. And you are an expert on such things?
I am, as a matter of fact. I am the secretary to the chairman of the Dorobo group, and it is usually my duty to deal with certain things that the Dorobo group is interested in, such as this beach. But in other cases, cursed items and people and locations and that sort of thing. I am, of course, he throws the bear up and down in his hand, immune to it. So,
How fascinating. And it is set up here. How?
oh, likely put here to keep people from trespassing. Is there a law against cursed items that I'm not aware of?
If they kill security guards, that is, yes, that is up my purview of murder.
Ah, no, 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 no. You see, the process is different than that. The guard likely went into a cursed property and at some point was tagged with a curse that would eventually, in time, turn him into a stuffed bear. But the curse is actually that if anyone would pick up the stuffed bear or walk behind the stuffed bear or otherwise maybe even touch the stuffed bear, it would take them to either the house where the bear is from or a burning house in the shadow realm, which is just basically a pocket dimension of some kind. In other words, don't touch the bear.
I
And
have already
gulps.
touched the bear.
Oh, hmm. He kind of like stares at you.
He
Suppose you were
smiles
cursed then.
like a little too big at him.
He looks at his watch. In about 24 hours, I think you're going to turn into, I would guess, a stuffed fish.
How many of me?
All of you.
Oh, that is the trouble.
Hmm. Well, I should be going. Goodbye. He just turns around,
I
starts walking away.
Wait, now hold on.
What? Mm.
So this would be a really inconvenient for us if she had turned into a stuffed animal. Is there a way to reverse that?
Oh, yes. I could remove the curse.
Oh, great. Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
Do you wish to have the curse removed?
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be wonderful.
He pulls a knife out of his coat. Okay, well, this may hurt.
I am
Oh.
used to pain.
Okay, he just like pulls his knife up. Before I perform this procedure, I do have your consent, don't I?
Will this procedure kill me multiple times?
No, I just have to stab you once.
Then you may begin.
Okay, as soon as you say begin, he just like stabs you with the knife, like right in the shoulder, pretty
I
much.
feel like I Speak Space remains neutral despite that. Like way too calm.
Yeah, as he does it, you just hear what sounds like a Japanese children's song playing and like a small drum beat. Boom. And then he removes the knife. Likely for you, this felt like getting a shot in the arm for a person going to a doctor's office. He puts the knife back into what looks like a small metal sheath, like a tube with holes in it. Now that you're close enough to him, you can see it's a flute.
Oh, I thank you for your assistance.
Not a problem.
By the way,
hmm?
do you have a card? Do you do freelance work on the side? We may run into cursed stuff again.
I do have a card, but it is cursed.
What
How,
type of curse?
how is it cursed?
The paper it was printed on came from a tree, which I believe was on a property that was over 1,000 years old. I think, as I recall, a married couple hung themselves because they had lost their children in a flood. And then that tree was chopped down, put through a paper mill, and then made into cards.
This has your number on it?
Okay, maybe just give me your number and he'll pull up.
The number is also cursed.
Oh, okay.
It is part of a ritual that we have been using for years and years. Sort of numeric hex work.
right.
Even my name is cursed, technically.
Oh, okay, that's good to know. I guess I'll just ask for you if we need anything. Thank you.
Sure.
Wait, hold
How
on.
does this curse affect people?
Well, as I recall, the way that it works is you will have a strong craving for a certain type of food, which isn't food, and if you eat it, then the curse is lifted.
I am willing to take such risks.
Yes, I'm sure it's fine for you all.
Yes, so the card, please.
Certainly. He pulls the card out and hands it to you.
I take it.
You have an immediate hungering for chapstick.
I will go eat chapstick. I put it away. I'll eat chapstick later.
Okay.
I thank you for your assistance today. But
You're welcome.
please do not spread. Keep the curses at a minimum.
That is what I'm here for.
Oh, could you stab the teddy bear?
Oh. Yes.
I recommend doing as such.
Oh, no.
No?
No, I don't think that would be a good idea.
May I ask why not?
Would
Well,
it put him back to how he was before? Because I think he's in a lot of traction.
No, it wouldn't. That is a death curse, more or less. Exercising it means he'll die. And I am not a murderer, so
Like I said, a lot of traction going on there.
yeah. It's really above my pay grade. I can't just go around uncursing, things like this, but minor stuff, sure. Bigger stuff, need a bit of a clearance for that. Plus, he's still working as a security guard. He puts the bear back down. See?
I
Wow.
think
Good
such
job,
things
Mario.
may be considered torture.
Oh, could it?
I doubt he has rather. Yes, he is in constant flames, from what I've been told.
Sonny kind of crouches, squats down next to the teddy bear, and says, Mario, are you in pain right now? He just waits and listens. Well, he's not saying anything, so he must be fine.
Doubt
looks
that
back
is
at
the
you.
way it works.
Okay. I can see you're not convinced. Mario, is that the way it works? And then this guy, Sonny, reaches over and begins tilting the bear's head up and down, making it nod. He says it's the way it works.
I doubt
I
forcing a mute man to nod is considered agreement.
Well, we do things a little bit differently in Japan these days, so.
You are not in Japan. You are in Guam.
Incorrect. I am on Dorobo property, which counts as Japan, if you know your law. This is an embassy, or it will be. That makes this territory, or at least this little bit of map, Japan. This is Japanese soil that you're standing on, officer. Or sand. For now. Soon a development will go up here. Whole embassy, with a nice little vacation spot around it. Housing as well. We'll be moving in.
I see. Welcome to the neighborhood. I will be watching.
Would you like a gift basket from us to you? The fruit is cursed, naturally.
A very unwelcoming gift.
That was a joke. We don't usually give out cursed gift baskets. There was an incident a few years back. It didn't work out well. In any event, I'll be around if you need anything. Be careful where you walk, though. Anywhere around here, you may find another guard like Mario. He kind of like gives Mario a firm pat on the head, doing their job 24/7. But it could be any object that you find around this beach. You know, coin, just a shovel, flag, somebody who looks like they need help, but they aren't really there. It's just a curse, like a ghost almost. You'll find those all over the place. So, you know, he kind of stands up straight and begins brushing his shoulders off. There's nothing else. I really should be going. The monks here need to be cycled out. I think one of them I saw almost just began to fall to pieces, so we have a barrier to maintain after all. For your good, you know? Make sure none of that bad juju gets out.
Oh, that's really intense. Yeah, we won't take any more of your time, Mr. Fortuna.
By the way, Sunny Fortuna is not my real name. Well, goodbye. He turns around and just begins to just walk off. You notice that as he's walking away, a skeleton springs up from the sand and tries to grab at him, and he just kind of quickly hops, hop, hop, and then the skeleton just fades away into dust and just blows away on the wind. Almost got me.
Enya's gonna lean in and pull out her uzik and kind of whisper to everyone, yeah, they got some really weird laws over in Japan, I guess. We should probably brush up on them a little bit. But, I guess this all checks out. Pretty weird crew, though.
Yeah, I feel like with Claudia, we're probably going to be dealing with them a little bit, so we should probably brush up on it.
Importing curses shouldn't be illegal.
I agree. What's up with that? Like, just leaving cursed stuff around? That's weird.
Cursed people.
Yeah, that's especially weird.
Also, does it say Sunny Fortuna on his card that he gave you?
What does it say on the card? Also, I have to go eat chapstick.
The letters, when you try to read them, it says Sunny Fortuna, secretary to the chairman. You will die in 10 days. And then the letters start to bleed.
Okay, good. I put it into my pocket and ask if anyone has chapstick.
Oh, yeah. Here you go.
I put the chapstick in my mouth. It disappears somewhere. One of the eels is probably eating it.
Okay, curse is lifted. It no longer has a text, you will die in 10 days, and the card stops bleeding.
That's good. That's great.
Cool.
It was real blood, though, real human blood.
It was somebody's.
I resist licking the card.
Gross. You're gonna, you know what? You pay a fate point not to lick that card, or you lick it. You're compelled.
Okay, I pay a fate point because everyone's watching me, and
Yeah, you guys see that for a moment. It looks like Ice Poop is tempted, I guess.
she stares at that card a little too intensely before she eats the chapstick and puts the card away.
So there you go. You lifted the curse. Dorobo Group, it seems, is in the business of like they said, doing developments like this, they do count as embassies, but um, I don't know how much you guys want to look into it, and how much you just gonna like let go and go take care of other things.
I speak would do some research into all of that, that like embassy rules and curses, and she's just fascinated.
I mean, it probably all checks out, like, when Claudia tried to give them some crap.
Dorobo doesn't usually put cops on the take, so unlike most mega corrupt corporations, they don't seem to be interested in buying off cops.
Well, last session you asked like what people's reactions or what their thoughts about Dorobo, and I feel like Blue is like on her kind of her own time, like researching and like looking into them, but nothing like that she would be communicating really to other people yet.
Kind of common knowledge that Japan is just crazy world, right?
Yeah.
Dude is like, yeah, I need to cycle out my monks. They're maintaining a barrier. Also, haha, that skeleton almost got me. Woo! That's just like Tuesday. But I'm sure like the Japanese laws over there, since this is like an extension because it's their property, it's like, yeah, curses are fine. Totally legal. No big deal.
Nobody likes to go to court because you could end up there for years, literally.
Oh man.
Like you walk into the courthouse, you walk out, it's like 2 years later.
It's like that. Alright.
Damn.
So it's messing with Dorobo is kind of treacherous, especially because they're with Valentine.
Yeah, actually, I will provide you with some information based on your roles.
Yeah.
Okay, so yours like what stuff Blue might know or something?
Mm-hmm. Like what you could have learned from your investigations thus far. There's also stuff that's just like public knowledge about them, though.
Yeah, you were kind of saying that. I think she has like a personal interest, I guess.
Vendetta.
I was gonna ask that guy, like, how is he immune to the curse?
Oh,
But
you didn't get the chance.
I didn't.
I'm
I
back.
think he would have told you. Nosy.
You
Well-
never know.
Yeah.
I feel
Well,
like there's an
back.
obvious reason why you'd be immune.
No, I didn't ask him. Like, it's probably something obvious.
Because he's already super cursed.
Yeah, like freaking Constantine style, where he just has a bigger mega curse on him already that makes him immune to smaller curses.
Oh no. Well, he does also
He
has a
is a walking
sword
curse.
that is just prevents curses, so that he can stab people with. Which was nice of him, to be honest.
Didn't need to.
Yeah, he didn't need to. He's just a fellow scientist colleague that doesn't quite understand that these are people.
I don't know if he
He's
was a
a very
scientist.
sweet man.
It was very sweet and nice.
Mm.
Well, he's a secretary to the freaking chairman, so he's gonna be at least polite.
He seems the distracted sort. He's got his own weird things going on.
If anyone actually drew the parallel, him showing up at a thing and then just casually asking about a thing and then casually doing a thing.
He did definitely threaten us a bit.
A little.
Yeah.
But any of you would be aware of it in character. But it's a little bit like when Lewis Clark first showed up,
It does feel like that.
except he's cursed.
He's
There's
super
curses
cursed.
everywhere.
I mean, Lewis had a pretty major curse of being bothered.
The eternal bothering.
Internal bothering. Yeah, it's the same vibe. It's a Lewis vibe. He's definitely got a Lewis vibe.
Which means we gotta romance him. Who's down?
That dude will casually like stab you in your sleep for some reason, dude. That's all you guys.
Gotta get that those curses out. He's got that like 18th century mentality of like, curse blood, I got something for you, and then draws his knife. No, it'll get those curses right out, trust me. All that bad blood, that's all the blood we have to bleed out. The good blood will stay.
Oh.
I mean, I think Sight kind of has a similar, like, feeling when it comes to her lamprey. Individuals are expendable. If it would cure you of the full curse.
I was also asking if anything might end up in the art district, like if there was an auction house. And the DM mentioned that Dorobo tends to buy cursed items more so than sell them.
Interesting. Well, they could be helpful.
Blue was going to do or had done some investigation on Dorobo a bit, so I was going to determine with rolls what she could learn. Ice Peak, you've been blessed. The curse upon you has been converted into a blessing.
Oh, okay.
The blessing is you will eat somewhere nice before the day is over.
Oh, well, an upgrade from chapstick.
Yeah, write it down as a consequence though.
Okay.
For now.
Mild?
Yeah, mild. You can invoke it on yourself at any time.
Okay. Where she's gonna go eat, but
You may be surprised.
yeah.
It's Hanker.
It's Hanker all over again.
Poppy just vomits up Hanker.
Oh no, Poppy, no.
I don't like that idea because that implies that Ice Peak sees her do that and is just like, well, and just just slithers down and just starts eating vomit.
No!
Absolutely the worst.
Yummy.
No! My imagination didn't go that far. Thank you. Both of you.
I'm so glad my character is a vegetarian and doesn't have to put up with this shit.
Go ahead and give me a gaze roll against a passive opposition of 6. This is what researching the Dorobo group is in terms of difficulty.
Damn.
The 1, you learn that first of all, great company, and also a lot of good public social messaging on the networks about Dorobo group. Just they seem to sponsor 1 or 2 things, usually geocaching activities. They have an app for that that's on the Oooooooooooo network. They seem to be good at working with groups that are like they sponsor explorations into new and emergent territories, they call it. Places that have risen up since the continents began to appear, the new continents. Some might call it the New World, some might call it the return of the Age of Antiquity, but continents such as Atlantis and others have begun to emerge. Dorobo will fund expeditions. They don't take control of them or anything. They just like to, sponsor them. They are well regarded amongst cartographers. And basically, kind of scholars around the world kind of just see Dorobo as like a possible grant, provider. Other than that, kind of hard to parse through the denser documents about Dorobo, the links and backlinks and networks and profiles and professional social networks seem to go in circles. There are many of them. As far as you can tell, Dorobo has thousands of employees, judging by profiles, which are all active. What they usually have to say, their language, first of all, I'm going to say just outright, if you wanted to learn Japanese, it wouldn't take you very long. It might take you like 2 or 3 days to get a basic understanding, I think, of how to read and speak Japanese. So it's likely your characters all have some kind of base knowledge about like various languages around the world. For Ice Peak, it might take like an hour. For the rest of you, it would take a little longer.
It's just one lamprey on a how-to Japanese book.
Yeah.
That's cute. Thanks, Avicii.
Publicly, information on Dorobo outside of what Blue has looked up is that, like I've said before, they are in the business of developing properties in kind of hard to reach areas or rural regions where nations have had issues with development. They turn them into what are called, what's a nice way to say, we'll say settlements. or something along those lines. For the purposes of good PR, they can't call them colonies. But like that's pretty much what they end up being. These are properties, including the place that spot in Russia where the Valentines apparently were involved, or where Thomas Tutone might have gone. That is another development, settlement, whatever you want to refer to it as. These are basically very large scale vacation destinations. Yeah, reserves, wildlife parks, things like that. However, there is housing on all of them, and as part of the agreement of Dorobo moving in and developing, 50% of the population has to be Japanese at any of these developments. They will not maintain anything less than half of the population of whatever it is being Japanese.
That's kind of weird. I want to say it's a little parasitic a little bit.
And what does the rest of the population make up? Like,
Rich people usually.
but they're like humans. Usually?
Humans, merfolk doesn't matter. But typically typically very wealthy people. These are basically like vacation city destination type things. Think of it as if you could just develop a little Hawaii wherever you wanted, kind of. It's like non-negotiable. It needs to be a place where they can put Japanese citizens.
Oh man, I can tell Jaguar does not like Dorobo already.
No, very much not. Because you don't need to research to also see that a lot of the places where they develop used to be like some sort of like tribal ground or settlement, or somewhere on the fringes. It's been turned into like basically a luxury paradise. They'll put up a museum for your tribe, your clan, your little family, your town, your village. They'll put up like all sorts of little statues and commemorative things, and they'll talk about your history. They'll make a documentary. They'll release a nice coffee table book about you. They'll take one of your representatives that's younger, really dress them up, give them a lot of money, have them go on tour to talk about your struggling culture and your language. But at the end of the day, they take property rights. They move in, they take over ancient grounds, they develop their getaways, and then the rich and famous go there to like basically enjoy all the facilities that are put up there. Like anything, resorts, casinos, restaurants, all that shit. Yeah,
Oil pipelines.
sure. Golf courses, all that.
Lovely people.
As a result, they are extremely wealthy. No, actually, I mean,
That probably does make curses for them too.
no, they remove curses from areas.
Oh.
So if there's an ancient burial ground, it actually gets cleansed. They remove the curse of like whatever it is that was there. So technically they're improving the earth, just not for everyone.
Yeah, that is interesting. Well, I guess we're done checking out the coast. Unless there's anything else you guys want to check out while we're here.
That was a neat little foray. We kind of know what they're doing now.
Yeah, we learned a lot.
Yeah.
You have a few options. You can continue to go take care of the House of the Rising Sun, or you can try to get that teddy bear cleansed.
He ended up
How do we
giving it
even
to
do
us?
that?
Just hire a local shaman.
I feel like Mikey would really explain based on what he saw of the human eye inside the bear, that like maybe turning him human, while might be a good thing, might also just revert him back to some weird death cycle that he's in. So maybe we just leave the bear alone. This one can stay cursed.
I mean, he's in endless pain of a burning, but whatever, that's fine.
I mean, death might be better than what he's going through.
A little bit,
Who
yeah.
knows?
His name is Snuggles.
Oh, his name is Snuggles, though.
No. Okay, let's go to the House of the Rising Sun, and maybe while we're there, we can ask those people if they know a local shaman.
Or we could just do a split up. There's 4 of us.
No. No
Okay.
split up.
No split. I got it.
Yeah, we all have to hold hands.
Okay.
Easy enough.
Why do
Blue
I say
says
Enya
no to
actually
that.
saying? All right, but my hand is also Lamprey's.
Good. Each one's a finger.
Blue has cigarettes in each hand. Sorry, guys. It's not gonna
I can't too many cigarettes.
work.
All right, who wants to do what? We'll resolve each one. We'll try to do it quickly. Go through it.
I guess we'll try to. Well, I mean, we don't really need a shaman if we don't really care about the bear anymore, right? But I do like the idea of the cops, or at least Aqua, knowing of one. Because you never know. We're dealing with some weird stuff.
I feel like we should at least get to know a shaman, but it
I'd
sounds like
like
we're
to.
gonna need to. Yeah, so I think we should stop in at our first plan, which is the House of the Rising. Well, could a shaman help us with the House of the Rising Sun?
So here's the thing. I feel like people that are unregistered would go to a shaman if they were sick, since, unless Guam has universal.
It doesn't.
Yeah, so I'm telling you, people in the house, they'd probably know of one.
I'd rely on Enya to know more about people than I speak, so.
Yeah. Let's go check out that bottlenose boy.
Okay.
Alright, that's our next stop. We're gonna go to the House of the Rising Sun.
All right. Going to the House of the Rising Sun, recent police activity within that location has caused it to be somewhat cleared out, whereas previously it was pretty much at max capacity for junkies and dealers. It's currently down to there's a fourth of them left. Between you guys being there often enough, and then now 2 visits from Doralee, people are not as apt to be there anymore. So you may have difficulty tracking down good contacts there. However, you did want to save one of the bottlenose boys. Doing so is quite easy. They're very docile. If you were to go in and try to get them out.
Yeah. Doesn't belong
There we go.
there.
There is one Dolphin boy. Getting that guy out of there is just a simple matter of picking him up and carrying him out. He is a little heavy, but you guys are super strong, so it's actually nice. He's just a big fat boy. Actually, no, he wouldn't be fat. He is wasting away. Actually, who knows how long he's been in here, but he's dangerously underweight.
Oh no.
Yep. What do you want to do with him once you got him, though?
I mean, did we basically come across him at the entranceway?
He would be somewhere just deep inside. It's likely that when people moved out of there due to police activity, they just left this kid there. Nobody knows what to do with him. He's just a dolphin kid,
Okay, well, obviously Anya's gonna pick him up. Just kind of fireman carry him around.
Okay.
But
Yep.
she is gonna ask around, just random people, like where, uh, if any of them know of a local shaman.
Give me a roll for it. Let's see.
Connect.
Yeah, connect roll. Passive opposition 3. Okay, with a 3. They will tell you that there are local native shamans to Guam. They call them, you know, old, old power, old blood. Those are the guys that usually have are a reputation of being legit. There are also a lot of like hucksters that have come to Guam since Atlantis came up. A lot of new age people, a lot of hippies who think that they're like shamans, and yada yada yada, Age of Aquarius bullshit. Um, you'll have to kind of sort your way through them. These guys, they're just low level junkies. I mean, like as far as like shamans go, they don't really buy into it as much as like you were kind of like saying before. In fact, they say that they have their own local shaman um, that they rely on. But looking into it, it is a guy at the House of the Rising Sun, one guy who hasn't moved. He's just a guy that stares out the window directly at the sun all day. He just looks like an old addict himself. And yes, is a dealer as well.
Wait,
You
so
can try to, yep.
this is like their shaman, and he just hangs out in the house itself.
Yeah, and he just stares at the sun he just stares at the sun through the window.
Ooh. Okay. Can Enya still holding this kid? Well, can she go find him?
Sure, he's just in one of the corner rooms. You just want to talk to the guy?
Yeah, I guess I'm trying to think of like what. Cause he's probably a junkie himself.
He definitely is.
She's gonna ask for his name and if he's here often.
If you ask for his name, he'll tell you. My name is Jeff Lynn. I am the king of the moon. I drive a fancy car, and all the ladies love me.
Enya's gonna try to look into his eyes.
Oh, he's gone. He's 100% just gone.
Alright. Hey, it's nice to meet you, Jeff. Hear that you're the shaman around these parts.
People look to me for leadership. I am the king of the moon and the head executive of the ELO. Man, those times are gone. I miss it. I came to Earth because I wanted to take a vacation. And then I did. Do you need to know what the moon wants?
What the moon wants? Yeah, if you know.
The congregation does not agree. There's gotta be a consensus, man.
Yeah, consensus is really important for, moon operations?
Yeah. There needs to be a consensus. The congregation doesn't agree. And he just stares at you, wide-eyed.
Hey, Jeff, what are you looking at up there anyway?
Oh, he looks back at the sun. I was looking at that and thinking, man, it's beautiful. His eyes are like pretty bloodshot.
Hey, yeah, it is, and well, as a leader, do you treat any of the people here in the House of the Rising Sun?
Yeah, is there something wrong? You need help?
Oh, no, I just wanted to get to know some of the people here, that's all.
If you need the magic of the moon, he holds up a few, like, just tabs of ozone. I have moon rocks. Eat one and you'll feel better.
Enya's gonna look to the side, wondering like, this is the part where I'm supposed to arrest him for caring, but she's gonna politely put up a hand. Well, one that's underneath the boy, Dolphin boy. Oh, no, I'm good, thank you. I'm gonna get going. It was nice meeting you, Jefflin. And, keep doing what you do. Appreciating the beauty of the moon.
Mm, yeah, you are welcome, sir, humble servant.
Can I can I have one of those rocks?
$20. Earth money for moon blessing.
Okay. Yeah, Mikey will pull out a 20 and take one of the rocks as evidence.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you one tab of ozone. There you go.
Yeah, he still bags it. And just thanks.
You're welcome, servant, humble servants of earth. Receive the blessings of the egregore, the beautiful moon. He stares at the sun. But the
yeah.
sun is so bright.
Yeah, Mikey's mumbling under his breath. It would have been cool to have a moon rock, but I guess it's evidence. Just, as he just like kind of shuffles off.
Hey, what does the room that he's in look like?
It is filled with there's like streamers of blue reflective foil that have been hung around. A couple very makeshift paper stars that he's glued to the wall. There are a few. There's like a toy robot kind of standing in the corner that looks like it's stooped over because it's run out of batteries. Um, Other than that, it's just blankets and like a very shitty makeshift bed with just a mattress stained.
Okay, rough, but unremarkable to Enya. Okay, does anyone else have anything else they want to do in the house? Because probably head back to the station here.
Yeah, let's take this boy and feed him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Try to get some food into the Dolphin, the bottlenose boy.
Yeah, you know what? Let's take him out to lunch, actually.
Take him out to lunch. Okay.
Yeah, we'll go to a local burger place.
Local
Yeah, I was gonna
burger
say
place.
Ice Peak is deserving of a good meal. So
Oh yeah.
Do you care to invoke that?
Sure.
Okay. Then today's special at the local burger place is black soup.
I get black soup. I order one black soup.
Okay.
Mm.
The black soup is an ancient Greek recipe utilizing pork blood and other substances, creating a broth of antiquities, cultivating many ancient flavors. The chef who prepared this seems confused, even as to why he chose this as the special.
Leftovers.
She orders like a bowl and like 4 more to go or something.
Like, you can't eat that.
It's
He's
just so
vegan.
good.
First
Yeah.
he shows up before they close and is just like, "How much is left? I take pot. Give me."
That's
Just
accurate.
walking with it. Yeah.
It's a giant pot, yeah. You know how hard
The
it is
pot-
to find good food?
The pot is returned the next day, perfectly cleaned, to the point where
Yes.
like you even lose some of the flavor because she scrubbed like some of it out.
Some of this is salt, yes.
Yeah, like she fucked up like a cast iron pan kind of situation, just completely removed all the work. But it had to be clean.
It had to be.
You will get your orders. The chef or the staff there will note that you are the fifth person to order this soup, and nobody else seems interested. If you were to take a very and wouldn't even require investigative role of any kind, enjoying the soup in a corner is what looks like a man in a black hood, completely obscuring his face, and three women also wearing black hoods, completely obscuring their faces. These are Chure clan. Chure clan. Well, one of them's a samurai. Maybe all of them are. Who can say? But they're definitely Chure clan. They fucking fit it to a T. Goth as shit in the middle of the day.
Well, I am also goth as shit, taking my giant bowl of food to this dolphin table, and I just kind of give them a little nod.
They nod back. They know the aura. It's likely that when it comes to Cure Clan, your character tends to get along well with them.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I mean, you're goth and Russian. Come on.
just like, yeah, we're into that.
She goes hard. Yeah.
Like if this were in any other like time period, she would be like the contact we meet at like the Euro like techno club where it's just like the Matrix kind of shit, just
Exactly.
all leather, in small glasses. Just
Yeah.
just
feeding the bottlenose boy. We'll say that he is reluctant to eat. Well, it depends actually. How much food are you buying for him?
Well, I picture Enya like being happy that it's soup because that's like kind of gentle. So she's gonna try to like spoon feed him and see if he takes any. Cause he's like probably still like high and stuff, right?
Yes, he is. He is still high. He will sip it very slowly. Other animals like blood too. Don't worry. Dolphins are definitely eating that. He is reluctant, but he will sip it and just kind of like sort of wobble back and forth. He doesn't seem to be very responsive. Bottlenose boys don't tend to be well, they are talkative, but it's mostly to talk shit on you as they're causing trouble.
Oh, come on. Yeah, you gotta eat up. It's got all sorts of nutrition in it, I think. Ah, it's really hard to see them like this. They're usually so chatty. Hey, she's gonna try to like poke him in the shoulder. Hey, do you have a name?
You talk like you're from SeaWorld.
Huh?
For those of you that are like not from Atlantis, SeaWorld is a derogatory term for Atlantis.
Hey, there's no need to talk like that, you know? I'm here trying to help you out.
Why don't you go buy a t-shirt that says, and then he just throws up.
Oh.
Ah, gross.
He's just sitting there with sick all over himself from the blood soup and what looks like probably some kind of soda that he tried to drink maybe today, maybe yesterday, who knows.
He may need a hospital.
Well,
Can I do a check on him?
Yeah, you don't need to do a deep dive super hard here. You can tell he's malnourished. Probably his electrolyte levels are all fucked up. It looks like he hasn't been eating or drinking properly for the past few days. And on top of that, he's just been slamming ozone.
What would be a good, like, something for him to eat that isn't he isn't gonna.
He likely needs like an IV or to just go back into the ocean for a few days and just like live in the water for a bit. And he might be all right.
can Enya try to give him some water?
Sure. I mean, he'll drink it with a 3 for serve. He'll chug it down and then just go back to trying to eat the soup. I, I ain't no, I ain't no snitch. Just 'cause you're buying me food, don't mean I ain't telling you nothing.
Ah, darn, you found me out.
Besides, the moon treasure's all mine.
Yeah, you should probably, lose it? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go for. Lose it. It's not good for you, you know?
There's a treasure. I won't tell you on the beach where the treasure is, but it's my treasure because I seen it with the moon rock. And now, me and the boys are gonna get it and become kings of the moon.
That's really ambitious. Yeah, you know what? If you tell me where it is, I can go grab it for you. You're in no condition to go anywhere, you know?
I think you would do well to go to the ocean for several days.
You
Stella,
go to the ocean for several days.
Stella Cruz could take you surfing.
Oh
You
yeah.
could go surfing.
Well, I mean, I'm
I
gonna, but do you want to come along?
You can come along.
So you're coming with? That seems like a yes.
Yuri, yes. He just starts fading off.
Okay, I'm taking him.
Yes, that would be for the best.
He's still got a lot of spunk to him, so I'm gonna say maybe he'll recover pretty quickly. With a little bit of, yeah, surf.
Mm,
But hey, where is that treasure?
I can't. I told you I ain't telling you nothing, you dirty pig.
She's gonna
I'll fight you.
she's gonna pull up a napkin and like kind of slide a pen into his hand. You don't have to tell me. You can just draw it. It's a treasure map, you know?
Yeah, I like pirate stories. He starts writing down things on the napkin. Captain Slippy. And he just draws a pirate with a smiley face. T T T T T. Yo ho 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 ho.
Enya's eyes kind of like light up as she notices like the innocence is still there.
You can see that he's drawn himself with a captain hat and several other badly drawn dolphin boys that are holding like what look like crappy wooden swords as part of his crew, and then dotted lines that go towards what looks like. I mean, you can. It's hard to tell. He's not very good at drawing. It's very childlike, crude, but it looks like the location where you found, or where supposedly a certain body was dumped. A certain location that is now being guarded by the Dorobo group and turned into a development. And then he points at it and says, "Don't tell anybody my treasure is there. The moon rocks told me that I would find the treasure, and I'm gonna go get the treasure."
Uh, upon recognizing the area that's been mapped out, Enya's eyes are gonna go from like excited to like darkened. She's not that excited anymore. Oh, yeah, hey, we can go get your treasure for you, little guy. No problem.
Okay. I'm gonna go to sleep. And he just slowly starts nodding off.
I move the bowl of soup away from where he's about to.
Yeah. His soft round nose like just kind of squishes against the table as he just leans over entirely and just nods right to sleep.
Mikey,
Yeah.
I would suggest taking this boy to water if you wish him to live.
Oh, yeah. Here, let me just. And like Mikey awkwardly like shifts around this bottlenose boy into like a fireman carry because they're all mermen and effectively have super strength.
Yeah.
Mikey, give me a
But it's still
gaze
just
roll real
awkward.
quick. Yes, you do notice. Those Cure Clan people are not there anymore. They
Oh,
left.
they just vanished.
Yeah, kind of coincidentally, after there was a mention of a treasure on an island, on a beach somewhere,
Oh, they're off to go get cursed.
they're gone.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Mikey will be a little confused. But you know, weird people come and go as they please.
The
And
food's still there, I should add. But yes. So you wanna? Where do you want to take this? Where do you want to take this dolphin boy?
to the nearest beach.
Okay. Well, you get him there. You can get him in the water if you want. Still gonna be lethargic.
Yeah, I was
Um,
gonna say he probably just walks into the water with him, and then just kind of I guess since he's a dolphin, would he have a blowhole or does he have like does
yeah,
his nose function as a nose?
he has both, and he has gills. Weirdly.
Okay. Yeah, he probably like lays him then, kind of in like the recovery pose, and just kind of lets him float in the water as like the waves kind of come in.
As he's floating there, you just hear him say, "The sweet embrace of Poseidon," and just kind of just bobs up and down.
Yeah, he just lets that happen then, and just goes, "Yeah, buddy, just breathe it in."
So yeah, as that's occurring, what else did you guys want to do?
I mean, now I feel like we have to go check out this treasure thing since the Cure. I mean, we don't know that, but yeah, we're gonna go check that out.
I mean, it's at the same beach where everything's cursed, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. I can go search the cursed beach.
Do you want to search the cursed beach?
I don't. They can.
If we can get to
They
the
have a metal
spot.
detector, but curses is what.
I think if anything, like, what do we know about the Kerr clan
Uh,
as in character?
they're very goth, and that's
That's pretty
really
much it.
pretty much like you know that they like to work like they're one of the few clans, samurai clans, that's somewhat friendly towards merfolk. Um, they tend to be interested in biotech, and you know, aside from all the goth stuff, um, they have been known to actually occasionally work with Daganites, if they share a common interest.
What do they think about curses?
I mean, their whole clan is arguably all cursed. I mean,
All curse, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're into that.
kind of. They're looking for ways to remove the curse of undeath. Well, some of them are looking for ways to remove the curse of undeath from themselves, or not so much a curse in some of their cases. It's just their condition. Like, so it's not really a curse. Some of them are cursed, but they're kind of like in similar waters. No pun intended. When it comes to like the supernatural.
So they at least know what they're doing.
Yeah, sort
More
of.
so than us.
Maybe.
So
Yeah.
we don't know a whole lot about the Curie clan, basically. Other than they kind of get along with merfolk, so they don't hate us.
Yeah.
Alright,
They may have a shaman.
true. Alright, out to the beach.
Are you going to the beach to investigate that site, that location?
Yeah, we're gonna use this map. Check it out.
Okay. Outside of the location following the map, you will find that there are 4 figures in black hoods and cloaks that are currently being crucified outside of the perimeter of that beach.
Crucified?
What?
Literally crucified.
Is there anyone else there?
By,
Yep.
by what? Who?
There is one man standing outside with what looks like an iron mannequin on a crucifix just posted into the ground, and he's leaning against it.
Wait, there's 4 people getting crucified? Or they're crucifying someone?
There are 4 people being crucified just hanging out. Yeah.
Oh.
And a guy with a cross.
And a guy with a cross just hanging out. Yep.
What does he look like?
He has an extremely long we'll call it like a mohawk that seems to be like multicolored.
It seems there is a duel going on.
He's just waiting there, watching them, just leaning. Seems that the duel is over. He doesn't seem to be bothered.
I guess we'll approach Mohawk guy.
He doesn't seem bothered about your approach either. He's clearly Asian, likely. You can tell when he starts to talk Japanese, even.
Oh god.
He will say to you, what can I do for you?
Oh, hey friends, we're just checking out the area?
Okay. Why?
Well, we wanted to see what sort of drug inspired. She starts sweating.
You seem to have 4 men on. You seem to be in the middle of something.
Yeah, more importantly that.
He kind of like nods his head over towards him. Yeah. What about it?
Do you mind explaining what's going on to onlookers like us just passing through here?
Duel.
Oh, are you all samurai?
Mm-hmm. They lost.
Do you mind if I ask what clan you're with?
Why do you need to know?
The police still keep records of such things.
Higashikata.
Can you spell that for us in the chat? Thank you.
Oh,
And the clan you work for?
That's the clan, Higashikata.
Oh, have we heard of this before?
Likely not. Japanese.
Okay.
oh, are you new in the area?
Just here working security. Well, he kind of like motions around. Dorobo.
Alright, well, checks out. We'll be on our way, thank you.
Would you like us to remove these people from your premises?
No. They're gonna be here for a while.
That is a bit of the serpent of the peace.
Do you want to do something about it? Kind of lifts an eyebrow.
Simply remove them to the police station where we can question them properly about why they were on your land to begin with.
No.
You do not wish to report this in? They are invading your space.
No.
As you wish.
You can see that, like, when you started to try to assert your authority for a second, he was like leaning like he was gonna put a hand on that the crucifix next to him where there's an iron mannequin kind of on it. It looked like he was about to wield it. If you were to try to guess, that is his sword.
Okay.
But
No,
when
no,
you,
I'd already, yeah.
yeah, when you back off, he doesn't go for it.
Yeah, Enya's gonna, like, gesture to Ice Peak that she'd like to get out of there. She'll do that with like, a tilt of her head.
I speak nods to Enya, and can I leave a few of my lampreys like buried in the sand?
You can try, but samurais have gaze. You may notice. Feel free to attempt to evade or stealthily. Also, remember that a curse that you get here will affect your whole body. You had that experience earlier, so this is cursed land. You do want to be careful about that. But you could.
It's right on the border, right?
They're crucified on the side of the border that is Dorobo property.
Can I leave my lamprey on the side that isn't?
Well, can I
Sure.
try to distract him and use my stunt, Hope Has a Place? Where if I make an advantage for an ally, they gain some armor.
Interesting. Okay, go for it.
Okay, she's gonna try to chat the samurai up about, like, what she just learned about Dorobo. Yeah, there we go. What should I roll for that?
Connect. Sure, that's good enough for him not to completely blow you off. What do you want to say to him?
Oh no, she's just trying to distract him to create an advantage so that Ice P can drop a... Yeah, she's chatting about, like, curse stuff that she just learned.
Okay. Yeah, he's kind of humoring you and watching you. Maybe he's even amused by your Atlantean ways. But you don't need a gaze roll to notice the iron mannequin that's up on the cross. It's a full-size cross. Has slowly been turning its head down to like look at you the whole time, like you've been talking. Like it's slowly been turning its head to like just look down at you. The mannequin itself is faceless and featureless, but it is clearly a humanoid shape, just on a giant, like not giant cross, but a big enough cross to hold a body like that.
Oh, okay, well, she's gonna lock eyes with that and, like, point and, ask him about that. Hey, so, does this thing just think on its own?
He kind of just like starts like scratching his chest while he like looks up at it. Does it matter? Are you gonna fight?
Oh, I'm just curious. It's, like, a cursed thing, right?
No, it's my sword.
Oh, your sword has eyes?
Art of life. Eyes, sure. Why not? I don't know. You want to know how it works?
Is that its name? Yeah, I would love to.
Simple. If I touch you with this, any part of it touches you. You have 30 seconds to give me a letter. If you fail to guess the correct word that I have in mind, letter by letter, 30 seconds. You will appear on a cross, limb by limb.
So it's like a game show?
Hangman.
Oh, that's kind of fun sounding.
Do you want to play?
Nah, I can't because I'm on the job.
Too bad. Well, once you're up on a cross like this, he just looks back up there till I say otherwise.
What if you guess right?
I go on the cross.
Oh. Did Icepeak make an attempt to drop her eel yet?
Right, I haven't.
It's like,
With a 7, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna pass that.
I just leave a couple there buried in the dirt.
He sure isn't.
Hmm.
Alright, well, you're fine. He does seem like he's interested in playing Hangman with you though, Enya, but you don't have the time.
Yeah, she's gonna wrap up her talk and... Hey, we won't take any more of your time. Thanks a lot, though. This is really informative.
Well, if you ever know anyone who wants to play Hangman, just send them down here. Including... Hey, is it true that you have, like, a freak with a mask at your, like, police station that does the duels for you? Oh, and a cute blonde, I hear, too.
I don't know if I'd call Harlan a freak, but he does do duels for us, yeah.
Okay, but send the blonde. Leave the freak. You know, for a duel, if they want one. He stops for a moment, puts a finger to his ear. Actually, no duels. He's got a small earpiece. Whatever.
Okay, well, if any of them want to play Hangman, that's different from a duel, right?
Right. If any of them want to play Hangman, or they start to, they go across the property bounds, then that's not a duel, so that's fine. And we can settle it there. I just really like Hangman. Haven't been beaten yet.
Huh, okay, noted. It was nice talking to you, He never gave his name, did he?
Hideto.
Hideto? Yeah. Alright, yeah, well, we're the Aqua unit, and we were just doing a real casual patrol, so it's nice meeting you.
He just after you introduce himself, he just goes, "Ah, we are the and just stares at you.
She's just gonna give like a thumbs up and kind of shuffle to sideways out of camera.
You can hear some of the Cure clan members are starting to help.
Oh no. Can I roll connect to see if that reaches Enya?
Yeah. I mean, you don't need to roll. It could if you want to. I mean, it's not exactly a compel, but they definitely are still alive, and they definitely are being held against their will.
So, okay, I understand that samurai business is like its own thing, but after the duel's over, is that like a little grayer of an area?
Sort of. The thing about it is, you notice that there is a guy or some kind of account on social media that will announce duels completion. There's been no such announcement. In other words, while he says this duel is over, it hasn't officially ended because he hasn't killed them. He's just leaving them there like a shrike.
Hey, Hideto, before we go, She's holding up a finger. You're gonna announce the end of this duel at some point, right?
Sure. He runs his fingers through his mohawk. When they die.
Oh, that doesn't seem all that necessary to do that.
Maybe not. It could take a long time. He looks up at them. These guys are like vampires or zombies or something, so it could be days, months, years, maybe. I'm willing to find out. That's for sure. Yeah. It gives one of the crosses a firm kick. You guys want to do an experiment? Freaks.
Okay, a chill's gonna run through Enya, because that's kind of twisted. That's pretty twisted, in fact. Hideto, why are you gonna wait for them to die?
Well, that's how it is with samurai. I could see you're just a naive little girl who doesn't know the way of the world, but I'll tell you how it is. Samurai like this scum, they're bandwagoners. They don't know anything about being a samurai. They join a clan thinking that they're gonna swing their swords and get laid, get paid. Nah, only thing they're getting laid into is the earth. Real deals like me, my boy Sonny, we take them out real easy. All for Dorobo. And we get paid very well to do that.
Are you really gonna stand here for days just waiting for them to die?
Nah, I'll leave. I'll come back. I'll leave and come back. Leave and come back. Eventually go somewhere else, maybe back to Japan. They'll still be here. Nothing can move them. They're stuck like that.
Oh, no?
That seems like a lot of dedication to something that doesn't need to happen.
Oh no, it does. See, they're a lesson. All other samurai are trash. Hideto's #1. That's what the lesson is. Do you care about their lives? Do you feel compassion or mercy towards them for some reason? These guys would definitely cut my head off. Like if they could, they would kill me in an instant.
They played Hangman, didn't they?
They did, and they lost.
Seems like a pretty steep, loss to me.
I guess you should be glad you're not a samurai then, because after all this talk and you doubting and trying to negotiate your way through it, I would have just dueled you. But you're not a samurai, so I won't.
You're right, I'm not a samurai, so I'm still, I'm getting to know how this all works. If that's what you're intending to do, then, well, that's the samurai way, I imagine.
Oh, he waves a finger. Actually, now I can't do it. Technically, my boss wouldn't like it. But if you were to take a picture of these guys and then post it up, their friends would come to try to save them. And the moment they set foot on Dorobo property, their ass is mine. I can't officially ask them to duel without probably taking a pay cut. But if some bleeding heart were to try to get the friends of these freaks down here, well, that's out of my hands entirely. Oh, he tries to put a hand in front of one of the bodies. Oh, look, I'm trying to block. I don't want you to know photography. Don't do it. Don't get the rest of them to come down here.
Okay, well, I believe I'm out of questions here. I'm not gonna take a picture, so...
Damn.
I would worry more about Valentine if I were you.
Why?
Because they keep stepping into my business.
And I'm sure they will step into yours.
They work with us. What do I care?
Interesting.
Is it?
Very.
Nice accent you have.
Thank you. So is yours.
He kind of like eyes you for a second.
I smile at him, and in a way that's like unnatural.
What's your name?
People call me I Speak. Doctor I Speak.
That's your real name?
It is my name.
Fair enough. Well, Dr. Ice Peak. Good to have met you. I hope wherever you're from is doing well these days. I imagine it is. Because it isn't here. I'm not from here either.
Guam is my new home, but it does need to be cleaned up some.
Dorobo group will help.
Will it? She glances over at the Kira clan members. I only see a mess.
These guys? Do you know the idea of a scarecrow? How they work?
Yes, but I'm not Crow.
You're not. The rest of them are. We leave these guys posted up here. Anyone who comes, tries to sniff around, knows what'll happen to them. We'll save you the trouble, even, of having to worry about trespassers. You won't have to worry anything about anybody sneaking in. Anybody who tries to sneak into this place, samurai or otherwise, could end up on one of these.
I am surprised that it keeps them so locked down.
Works on your kind, too.
Does it? I don't particularly have limbs.
Doesn't matter. There was one kid, little Dolphin, said his friend told him there was something here. He didn't last very long.
See, so you have been doing this sort of thing to not samurai.
Anybody who crosses the line is open. You don't want to cross that line. You could, if you want.
We don't. We don't have a reason to anyway, so.
Too bad. He looks down at a Uzik in his hand. I was just kidding about the kid. He like scrolls through a few things on his phone.
I am sure you were.
He turns the phone around and shows that there is in fact a bottlenose boy up on a cross. He's still alive. Looks back at it. Probably got about a day left.
You'll free him now.
No. You gonna make me?
Okay. So.
Where is he?
Now we have a problem, yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of smiles when you say you have a problem. Somewhere deeper into the property. You'd have to navigate your way through quite a few cursed items just to get to them. And on top of that, of course, you gotta get through me. What do you say? Do you want to step across the line now?
I kind of do. Okay, anyone else want to save this bottlenose? Because
Blue is pretty angry and like flicks her cigarette and stomps on it.
Don't forget, aside from physical confrontation, you can always try to use mental stress, negotiation, anything. Enya, you are a negotiator. This is technically kind of a hostage situation. He's just holding a bottlenose boy hostage.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, like... Hey, I think I'm gonna take that photo after all. And she's gonna take out her Uzi and start taking pictures of the Kure guys.
He even poses for one of them.
Okay, yeah, she's gonna post it up. It's what you wanted, I think, right?
Sure.
How long do you think it'll be before these people show up?
I don't know. He flicks out a switchblade. How much blood do you think is in one of those little dolphin kids? How many pints? Because he walks over and casually jabs one of the Kure clan members. While they're up there, he jabs another one. I can just kind of do whatever I want. You can hear them kind of like groan when he does it.
Hey, could you knock that off?
Knock what off? He just goes back to... He starts rapidly jabbing one of them.
Okay. You have my attention. What are you trying to angle for here? You wanna fight?
I'm kind of hoping one of you guys is dumb enough to come across here, because I hear that there's been quite a few times when you've been sniffing around in this area, and one of you even bothered to try to put up red tape towards what Dorobo was doing. Now, I'm not personally authorized to come kick your asses and put you up on crosses like this, but boy, do I really want to. Throwing your weight around like cops? Ugh, in a movie or something. Nah, that's too much. You assume too much. Too much ego. Too much hubris in you. He stabs one of the Kure clan guys again and just leaves a knife in this time. You can just hear him screaming. World's a different place than it is in your little precinct. It's a violent world. That's why people like me get paid by people like Dorobo.
What happens when someone touches anyone on these crosses?
Find out. Just step over the line, you'll see.
Is there seaweed nearby?
Sure. For a fate point, if you need it for something.
I was intending to wait till he left. Ugh. Will it curse me if I swing like the seaweed over one of the crosses and try to pull it over?
Just throw something at one of them. Oh, you want to like try to pull the cross over?
Yeah. So it's on the other side of the boundary.
There's no pulling. I'm telling you straight up, with his sword ability, there's no pulling this.
Okay.
It's stuck where it's stuck. And
Okay.
he's stuck on it. No force in heaven or earth could move it. Well, you know, outside of like
Another stand.
super JoJo bullshit. Yeah, I'm sure there's a way.
Can I convince you to step across to this line?
Sure. He walks just casually over the line. Now what?
Okay, question.
Mm-hmm.
So his condition was, if anyone gets on Dorobo property, he's allowed to duel them as a security measure. So outside of that, samurai have a right to defend themselves, I imagine, right?
Sure do.
But it wouldn't be considered a duel then?
Nope. I mean, unless it's against another samurai. But yeah, usually not.
Should we like try to get our samurai in here or something?
No, I'd rather not.
I mean, you can absolutely get one of your samurai. Harlan will likely not be interested or be unavailable because this is not a Valentine, and also he's usually kind of like busy. So Doralee could be here. That's who you would call.
I mean, that's kind of tempting, I admit, but she did mess up her, she does have an arm injury.
Oh yeah.
If I play Hangman.
No.
No,
No.
I will be play Hangman if you
No.
let one of them down.
No. Enya's gonna, like, put her hand up. Hey, I got a different game we can play. Why don't you arm wrestle me? Yeah, why not?
Your friend over there wants to play Hangman. Let her play.
No, she doesn't. You want to play arm wrestle with me.
Look. You should just let your friend play.
Can she use her coordinating skull to compel him to play Hangman?
It's not one of his. It's not his like thing. It's not his trouble. Basically, to want to play Hangman or not. I mean, it is his trouble to like to play games, but you'd have to. What is it that you're hoping to compel him for again?
To arm wrestle her.
Yeah, he can't be compelled like that.
Fine. Okay, well, I speak. Go for it. But that's pretty risky, and it's gonna get worse if you get up on that cross. And there's only so many, like 25 letters in the alphabet. You have to pick one.
Yeah.
You want to play? You want to play Hangman with this Hideto?
I mean, otherwise we ain't gonna get any Bottleboys or anything, right?
No. I had, like, a thing.
What
But
thing?
you're gonna want to play Hangman with this dude, which is way more compelling to him, so.
Well, sorry. What is the thing you were gonna do?
I had an idea. Okay, here. Hey, Hideto. If you arm wrestle me, I'll get the blonde to come down here.
I don't do arm wrestling. Look at my arms. He like shows them off. They just like normal human arms. He's not particularly buff.
Didn't you want the blonde to come down, though?
Not lonely. I just wanted to see. I heard she's like from the south.
She is. Don't you want a chance to play Hangman with the blonde from the south?
I was gonna ask her out on a normal date. Actually, I'm not really into weird stuff.
Enya almost falls over at that.
Okay. Tell you what. I'll do some arm wrestling. But here's the thing. You arm wrestle me and I win. No southern blonde. You go up on a cross. Deal? You win, you get your bottlenose boy.
Best 2 out of 3?
Sure.
Alright. Yeah, you've got a deal. Wait,
Cool.
Are you sure you don't want the blonde?
I was just trying to mess with you guys. He just rolls his arm in the socket. Any one of you cop samurai would be fine. Though the blonde does sound fun, doesn't matter to me. You can see him start to flex his arm, and it like does become like more developed looking. And then he takes in a deep breath. You can see a yellow kind of pulse wave go through his limb, working its way along the bicep. When he exhales, it creates a sort of small shock wave form around the palm. He's using Ripple.
Enya's gonna lean over to the guys and kind of go like, "Oh, what's that? What's he doing? Is that a..." She's gonna hold up a finger. "Hey, what did you do just now?"
He whips his arm out to like it's his right arm. He whips it out to the side, and you can see it looks extremely buff right now. Like the muscles are very like just swollen. Like it's like the arm of a completely different person almost. All right, let's arm wrestle.
You got a weird arm now, but sure, let's do this.
All right, best 2 out of 3. Hold on, we need a table.
Couldn't we just use your cross?
You don't want to touch this, or maybe you do. He just shrugs and then goes and starts shoving over a large piece of driftwood, and then wipes a hand over it to shear off some of the branches and debris off of it, and then puts his elbow down on it. He's made like more or less a flat surface of this thing. And he holds his arm out. 2 out of 3.
Alright, she's gonna go opposite him and put her arm out.
Okay. For this contest, you are probably gonna want to roll breakthrough, I guess. Looks like even right now. As you go to meet him, like, and arm wrestle him, basically, it's like even strength. For a human, this is pretty impressive. He seems to kind of be gauging your strength.
Oh, hey, wow, you're pretty strong.
He'll continue to press without saying much about it. It gets a 4. You're gonna have to beat a 4. You can also invoke on these rolls if you need to. Oh, you managed to. It looks like you're tipping him over a little, and then just as you do, you notice his arm is starting to turn to metal. And as he says, G. And then, because of that, he's able to force the arm back down, giving himself a +1 to that roll, because his arm is now heavy and like iron. You also notice that on his crucifix, which he's like got one foot against, one of the mannequin arms has turned to what looks like his arm. So he's still like matching you like pound for pound. He's just got this giant iron arm. You notice that he is actually very capable of using it as compared to like, it doesn't look like an arm a normal person would be able to use. He's using his sword ability to buff himself basically. He's also counting in his head. You can see him like clicking with his teeth.
Enya's eyes widen because this is all new to her, like the weird arm enhancement, and then whatever his mannequin is doing. She's yeah, surprised.
Up. You have to roll against a 1. Oh, you like completely like toss him over. It seems like he hasn't adjusted his body for the iron slash like dealing with your merfolk strength. He just is completely like almost thrown over. You get 1 win against him. He just says ALON, and then his arm goes back to normal. Fine. Oh, E. Then it actually does go back to normal. You see one of the fingers turns back to like flesh when it was iron.
She looks a little confused, but she readjusts herself. Yeah, whatever you're doing, I guess that's all cool. I'm just trying to arm wrestle here.
He braces himself against the table, and you see him tap his stand again and put up his arm. And he puts one leg down against the ground, and then says, ZZZ. And you see both of his arms turn to iron, and one of his legs turns to iron. And then he goes to put it up. Come on.
What? Yeah, of course.
He now has a +3 to his rolls from having 3 iron limbs.
Jesus.
You gotta beat a 6. He has 1 minute.
Oof.
Yeah, he completely, like, with that force, just slams your arm down way harder than you did to him. He does actually. I don't know, actually. I don't think he can flip you. You're a shell. You know, you've got your skull, so you are tougher than a human, and even tougher than a lot of merfolk. So he when he gets that win, you can try to delay him if you want. But if he's gonna notice in 30 seconds, I mean, you can't delay him for a whole minute without him realizing it.
Wait, why am I delaying him? Trying to read the chat.
Trying to get him put up on his own cross.
Oh, because he's... Okay, I see. Hey, you ready for the third one? That'll decide this.
G-O-I-N-G. His limbs turn back to normal.
What?
I'll do the next one en natural. Come on. He puts up an arm.
She does also. She's kind of like tensing up because she needs to get this bottlenose boy off that cross. Yeah.
He's going to invoke he has an aspect of I don't know, actually. No, he's good. You win this one. So you have your 2 up. It's best 2 out of 3. So he just lets himself get slammed down. Basically, you win.
She puts both her arms up in the air. Like, yeah. Good match.
He kind of just walks away with his hands on his hips. Yeah, he holds a hand out. Good match.
She'll shake it.
Okay. The moment you go to shake his hand, however, it requires stepping over the line.
Oh no! Well, can she stop herself before doing? Because
you didn't ask before you went to shake his hand.
What? Okay. Can I roll suppress like with the passive resistance to stop herself?
I'll say you can pay a fate point to have there be an aspect, a scene as something there, a scene element that would warn you that you were about to cross the line. Like just before you, like you just gotta pay a fate point for it, and like just before you were to go across, you see like way further down, there's a sign that says Dorobo property. Like, and you're able to draw the line and know that you're about to go in.
Okay, yeah, I'm paying a fate point for that.
Okay, you can see just as you were coming across the line, he had one hand back ready to grab his cross and swing it at you. And then he sees you stop.
She's gonna nervously throw up like finger guns and go like, oh yeah, almost got me there. Good one.
Okay. I'll go get your kid. He kind of just walks away, and as he's going away, he walks by the Cure clan guys and says, "Sorry, they don't care about you. Not cute enough." And then he smacks one of the crosses really hard, causing it to resonate.
Damn.
After some time, yeah,
Can we talk to the cure people while
they're mostly groaning in pain and can't breathe because crucifixion usually involves suffocation.
Enya's gonna like put her hands around her mouth and go like, hey, your friends should be coming though. I think.
I don't know how to get them down is the problem.
Finally, Hideto brings back a smaller cross than the other guys. There's a dolphin on it, and he just kind of like puts it down firmly in the ground on the other side of the line. And then just kind of leans forward towards it and whispers a few letters. Sounds like 5 of them. And the cross folds up and drops the kid.
Hey, thanks, Hideto. Deal's the deal. Appreciate
Deal's a
it.
deal. Kind of picks his teeth. Can't believe I lost.
She's gonna go pick up the dolphin boy. I'm assuming he's not in a good shape.
It looks like he's been pecked by seagulls.
Oh.
But despite what Hideto had said, this kid does not look dehydrated or malnourished. In fact, it looks like he's just been fine.
I mean, but he's been crucified.
That's true. That's not great.
The hands are bleeding or whatever.
Oh no, not. It's bound. It's not. Like,
Okay.
Yeah. He's just tied to a cross. It's the Japanese style crucifixion, not the actual like, stake through the limbs.
Yeah.
Alright, well, she's gonna heft him up and go, oh, here you go, buddy. Can you talk?
Yeah. Yeah. There's no treasure. There's just pain.
Aw, I was actually looking forward to that treasure, too. Well, I got a friend that would probably like to see you. You guys can probably hang out in the water today, if, that sounds like a plan to you anyway.
Are you a cop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just laughing at us.
Yeah.
She's gonna, like, throw him over her shoulder like a sack of potatoes. That's enough out of you.
This kid is perfectly healthy, but he'll allow it.
She's just gonna pat his back, like, there. You've had an ordeal.
Hideto sits at the border and just, like, casually opens up a can of tuna and starts eating it with a fork. Well, if that's all you wanted, I guess you'll be off my property. Well, Dorobo's property, right? Don't come back either. And tell the rest of your dumb, chubby friends not to come back. He kind of like wags a finger at this like dolphin kid.
Hey, as long as Dorobo keeps on the straight, you won't see us much, if at all.
He kind of like narrows his eyes and looks back at the Cure Clan people. Yeah. He just mumbles at them, and they all drop down from their crosses.
What? What?
Get out of here, all of you. Tell your friends you're fine. If they come and they still want to fight me, they're going up on the crosses, and this time, I won't be so nice. He folds one leg over the other and just eats his tuna angrily. Yeah.
Enya's blinking at that. Ah. That's really... What's with the change of heart, Hideto?
Higashikata's not monsters. They just cure curses and stuff. Yeah. I hate samurai, though, that's for sure. So that hasn't changed, but I don't know, it just feels kind of wrong to just be crucifying people and then leaving them out there. I mean, it was a good gimmick for a second, but I don't know if I could really pick up chicks doing that sort of thing.
Well...
Maybe he kind of like scratches his chin, thinks about it, and like does almost a thinking emoji face. Maybe like someone who's really goth, I guess, or really Catholic.
You're, like, really layered. Yeah, I think that's the word I want to use on you. You're layered. There's a lot to you, Hideto.
What do you mean? What are you, an episode summary? Get out of here! He starts swinging his cross wildly, like as if like waving off seagulls. Get out of here! Go!
Oh, okay, yeah, Enya's getting up.
As soon as the Cure Clan drags themselves across the line and grab them, get them out of here.
But come back if you ever want to play Hangman, because I like it. And he just kind of pouts, leans against his crucifix and pouts.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. She's quite far now.
Well, you've encountered Hideto Higashikata. He mentioned Sonny Fortuna was also a member of that clan. These guys are a little bit different from normal samurai in that they are not like really registered to operate as a clan so much on Guam. They're still under the employ of Dorobo though, so they're about as legal as a Ronin is. Not a big deal. Just means they don't engage in clan wars.
Okay. Noted, noted. I'm gonna say everyone's gonna return to the station, right?
Okay.
Well, I mean, maybe a hospital?
Well, we're gonna drop off the bottlenose boy, I guess, with his friend who's also surfing.
I mean, the Cure Clan, well, they're not completely human, but they did get stabbed quite excessively.
Cure Clan will go to the hospital, kind of. They have their own medical facilities for this sort of thing.
I can always do a patch up until they get wherever.
Sure. I mean,
Can I roll something?
Sure.
I'm just curious now.
Go ahead and roll experiment, I guess.
Oh, I rolled the wrong thing.
Oh, well, your experiment's also +2, is it not? Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll use your first result.
Okay.
With the 3, you can determine the patient is dead.
Oh.
Nice.
But he's moving around?
He's a vampire.
Oh, okay.
One of them is a vampire. The rest are just like normal people. It seems it was a samurai and his crew from Cure Clan. He doesn't reveal his identity. He just keeps his hood on, although it is messy now. And his outfit is pretty torn up from all the stabs. He seems embarrassed, and his crew seems a little bit traumatized from being crucified for who knows how long.
I patch up the crew, and he'll probably note that I bypass him, knowing that he doesn't need it.
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
So after you take care of that, you go back to the station. You said.
Honestly, I kind of want to interview them real quick. Like, don't you guys?
I mean, I'm curious, but
Yeah, like, what were they doing there?
They real quick they'll tell you they overheard rumors about some kind of treasure on the beach and figured with all the security there must be something valuable.
Yeah, that checks out. That's makes sense.
But they didn't find anything. They didn't have time, I guess.
Um,
Uh,
yeah, they kind of got crucified before they could do any digging.
Also, the bottlenose boy made it pretty clear there was no treasure.
Yeah, though it is, I guess worth noting that when you're high on ozone, you maybe think that there are things from the moon around, or you start thinking moon things are around.
Oh. Okay, I guess, do you guys have any other questions for these guys? Okay. Enya is gonna ask, like, the vampire guy when she sees that he's not, well, I mean, being treated by Ice Peak.
Mm-hmm.
She is gonna try to, like, cause she wants to connect with people. She wants to know who they are. What his name is.
Well, I'd have to make a whole new NPC for it. So,
no.
Oh.
guess what? I mean, you want to spend the time? Let's do it. Fuck it. There's
I
no
mean,
clear clan
why
samurai
not?
right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Um,
What was the guy? What was Jiro?
Jiro Kawasaki. Sorry. I believe he is Cure Clan.
Okay.
Both him and his brother, Chu.
Oh, they're about to go fight that guy.
Probably.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought those guys were Valentine. They were Cure?
They're Cure. Yeah. Valentine.
Oh.
You can only have 5 samurai, and Valentines are all spoken for.
Oh yeah, Melon, T-Tone,
Melon.
Mystery Guy,
Yeah, there's like 2 mystery guys.
Mystery Guy number 2. Wait, there isn't a fit.
There's one that causes me pain.
Yeah, that's Mystery Guy.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Cool. That makes sense because they're bite names, so I get it.
Yeah, I think we got quite a few NPCs.
Yeah.
Eh.
The samurai one we can, I guess, like real quick hash out. What? Just name a goth band if you want. I don't know. Nothing? Okay.
No,
No, Mikey said Depeche Mode.
Oh, Depeche Mode?
I'm Google fooing. I don't know any goth. I kind of like the name Depeche, yeah.
Joy Division was one. But I like Depeche Mode.
Depak Moday. You did it.
You did it.
Oh, dude, we need to have a Kura samurai named Lacrimosa. That's so good.
That's a good name.
Yeah.
So yes, his name is Depak Moday. I'm gonna roll with that one.
Good.
It's like a Hindi name, right? I mean, yeah, Deepak.
Yeah, I was thinking like Deepak Chopra.
Right on.
We kind of like Depeche, Depak.
Indian
Yeah,
goth?
it's close enough. Sure, why not?
Why not? Yeah.
The other one with dream vampires.
Now, I have to Google
Wait.
Indian goths.
I was gonna say
Mhm.
it might not be India, but they also have those vampires that are just like the head and then like the digestive system that just float around. Like they don't have bodies, but the entire intestinal system just kind of hangs from their necks.
I think that's Korean.
Or is that? Yeah, I was gonna say.
I think that's Indonesian.
Maybe.
Well, this fella will thank you for your time. And what do you want to ask him?
No, that's it. It's just like who he was and what he was doing there, and they already know he's Kyrie, one of the Kyrie of the island. Enya's gonna mention that she posted up pics and he should probably like call his guys off since it's not needed anymore. But, you know, that is samurai business. If they want to fight, if they want to duel, they're gonna duel, so.
Yeah, he will do his best to make sure that they don't get crucified, especially because there's no reason for them to go down there. Seems that he relays that Jiro and Chu were basically about to step over the line to fight both of them, like one after the other, to fight this guy, but they chose they're not doing it because he just let them know.
Oh, phew.
He updates you; they've been crucified.
Jiro and Chu?
Both of
Already?
them. Yeah, already.
Oh my god.
They're not very smart, and they're not very good at Hangman.
They probably
well.
guessed like W and Q. Just like really no way.
I know one of them can like not breathe, so that's good.
Well, that's Curie's problem. Haha. Rip.
We tried.
Your new friend Depak Moday. Such a fucking name. Yeah, let you know that he'll handle this, but he appreciates that you guys got him down out of that. Now that they know how his stand works, or his sword rather, they'll do what they can.
Yeah. Okay, now we go to the station.
Good. Because waiting in lockup is somebody of interest.
Oh?
There's an individual dressed as an oyster.
Dressed as an oyster?
Yeah.
But they're not a merfolk?
Hard to say. The
Alright.
person was locked up for public intoxication.
Alright, who wants to approach this one?
I go straight down in the morgue.
You don't want to do it.
Hey, Blue. Wait. Yeah, you know what? Enya will go approach this person in lockup, but it'd be cool if Blue came along. Hint, hint.
Okay, I'll come.
Yeah, he's demanding to be. Let me out! I'm an ambassador of Atlantis.
Does she recognize him?
No.
Hey, friend. What do you mean by ambassador?
I proclaim diplomatic immunity.
Oh, you can't. You probably weren't able to identify yourself, right?
Oh, I see. I need to give you my credentials.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise you wouldn't, you know, be in here.
My name is Roisty The Oyster.
Roisty?
Roisty The Oyster.
Oh, I'm real sorry. I've never heard of you, and I'm from Atlantis.
Well, I need to be let out of here because I was in the middle of having a fun time. And these patrolmen locked me up in here for no reason at all.
Oh, huh. Yeah, I catch your drift.
One of them beat me. I cut my lip.
They beat you? Oh no.
Brutally.
Well, were you acting really crazy and maybe potentially taking some sort of medication, Roisty?
I have a condition.
That you're self-medicating for, maybe.
I've seen to the depths of the ocean itself, deep into that unfathomable, abyssal depth. And it is there that I have heard whispers, rumors. I came to find if those rumors were true, to taste the blood of the land, to see if the salts of the ocean would make it more savory and delicious. Instead, all I have found are fools. Do you, he presses his head against the bars, do you believe in the words of Avicii Dagon when he speaks? When he says that we will wash over this world, wipe away all settlements and cities in a tide of blood forever? He starts pushing his foam head through the bars. Maybe you haven't seen the glory yourself. Come with me. Come home to the Marianas Trench, deep into the heart of it. Come.
Enya's eyes like glaze over, even though she's like smiling politely. Oh, hey, I'm gonna go.
Child of Atlantis, come back home. He starts smashing his foam head against the bars. Come home. Come home. Come home.
Yeah, she's just kind of shuffling off, kind of frozen. It's nice meeting you, Roisty.
Yeah, Blue's gonna take a drag of her cigarette and kind of back up too.
Enya's gonna get clear of the jail area and just look like she saw some shit. Cause that Roisty the Oyster encounter was really weird.
Roisty will be in lockup until further notice. His ramblings, despite all his ramblings, he does clock as human inside of the suit.
Yeah. She's gonna go to the... She's gonna look for Clint. Because she needs a hug after today. Hey, Clint, Westwood. She's just kind of walking around the office looking for him.
You're looking for Clint? He is probably trying to teach a new recruit about gun safety.
Oh, she's gonna step in and just act like a target for him.
Target?
Yeah.
What? To shoot at?
To practice gun safety against.
Oh.
She's trying to help.
Yeah, you can see him kind of trying to coach this kid. The thing about it is, you can't just like that. Look, I like cowboy movies. You can't just. You have to take proper form, though, because it's dangerous. You got to respect the firearm, kid. I'm sorry, I shouldn't call you kid. You're a man now, so officer, officer, you need to respect the firearm. He kind of notices you. Oh, hey. Sorry, just trying to help a new recruit here. Figure out how to properly show off how a good policeman handles firearms that the community can see that we take it very responsibly because there have been an increased amount of incidents involving accidental firearm discharge, unfortunately, around the island. I hear the other day someone just got shot all to bits. Really wasn't. Ugh. I, I I have a photograph if you'd like to. He goes to show the cadet like a photo on his Uzik.
Oh, yeah, real nasty business. Hey, Westwood, if you don't mind, like 3 seconds of your time, I could use a hug. Also, hey, new recruit, welcome to the force.
A hug.
Yeah, if you don't mind. She's like rubbing the back of her head. Had a rough day, kinda. I need my spirit rejuvenated, you know?
Kind of seems he just seems very uncertain, and then turns to the side. It gives you a side hug. All right now.
Ha! Thanks, Westwood. And she'll give like finger guns at the new recruit. Yeah, he's a really good instructor. And swing by the bus stop boxing club if you ever need to, do some yoga or work out, take some self-defense lessons. They're really supplemental to like police work. Catch you around.
As you're kind of departing, the recruit says, "Can I have a hug?" Westwood just says, "Sure, okay." Um, as for the body in the morgue, yes, there is a body in the morgue. It would be notable. Yes, okay, Blue gets a hug as well. There is a body in the morgue, as mentioned, that has been shot approximately, we'll say, something in the neighborhood of 72 times.
Oh.
It is riddled with bullets. Way more than an accidental discharge, unless that discharge was with a minigun.
And there, can I make do all of the bullets match to this like a same gun, or is it like a bunch of different guns?
It's a bunch of different guns.
Yeah. It's a very strange plot. Well, she'll start removing the bullet calibers and just start like making 1,000 little Ziploc bags of the different types of ammo.
Speaking of bags, Mikey, you got a bag of ozone. You got an ozone capsule. What did you want to do with it?
I mean, would this be the first time he's gotten his hands on ozone in a way to like look at it?
That's up to you. If it's a thing where you feel like, is this an ongoing case? You are a guy who investigates crime scenes a lot. It's maybe not the first time you've encountered ozone, I will say, but maybe the first time you've gotten to like just sit down with some, maybe like where you're not focused on a particular case at the moment.
Yeah, where it's not just like evidence, or it's something I can actually play
Right.
with. If that's the case, yeah, Mikey would probably still log that he got it off a guy, just so that it isn't just a weird thing to ask questions about. And then yeah, he'll probably start like you said, it's like a tab, right? So he'll probably
Yeah, it's a
he'll
capsule.
probably okay, yeah, then he'll probably open it up and see what's inside and like actually probably do a little work on it.
Yeah, kind of.
Now that he's back in the lab, he left the bottlenose boy at the beach. He seems fine. He's making a sandcastle.
His friend will be there with him. He'll take care of his pal.
Buddy system, yeah.
Yeah, buddy system. You have a something called extract. What is that? What is that approach for? Just to pull things out, like details, small.
Yeah, I think it had to do either with his profession or yeah, I think, or would that be related to his need? I don't remember, but yeah, I know the idea of the extract was kind of like, since he's a crime scene investigator, part of it is seeing the clues and then being able to extract information from them, or being able to take stuff.
Did you ever look into that dolphin boy's eyes?
No, we did not.
No, I did not. I was gonna say I stared into the teddy bear's eyes instead.
We got a
Felt
little
a meaningful connection with
yeah,
it.
but like, wait, you were in the beach with him for quite a bit. There could be a flashback to you doing so if you wish to explore
Yeah,
that.
yeah. If I think the bottlenose boy is still riding that ozone high, I would like to see what they see through their eyes without having to take ozone before I start looking into the ozone pill itself.
Okay, we'll handle it very quickly. When you looked at the bottlenose boy, and he's a little bit fresher than most like ozone addicts, so the sort of feeling that you get from examining how he is looking at things is not unlike I'll say when people are in maybe virtual reality or augmented reality where they're staring at things that are like maybe differently focused than where they are. In other words, it's like their eyes are trying to see something that isn't there. On top of that, the just general. Actually, give me an all-seeing eye roll for this. All-seeing eyes. Passive difficulty of 2. You can fate point and you can't, but it's not a huge deal. You can invoke if you want. What you learn from that roll, I'll tell you before you decide, is that it seems like the time you spent with him, his mannerisms, kind of how he started to come down, it all seemed rather controlled. So this is perhaps a professional grade pharmaceutical.
Okay.
Like it all seemed measured. Like the come down was not like a severe drop. It was like just a steady decline.
Yeah. Okay. Um. Yeah, I think Mikey might take that for what it's worth at the time, because if he's trying to sober it up, like the come down might be better now that it's not. It's a
Mm-hmm.
very controlled environment. Like it's just me and him sitting in the ocean, just kind of letting the waves and like the water just kind of circulate through his system and just like a detox.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah. Um, what else would you like to glean? Is there anything else you wanted to glean about the kid before you return to the present?
No, cause we kind of had that conversation earlier with him when he was tripping balls. So there was
Mm-hmm.
stuff to be gained from while he was high. So I think now it would just be investigating what actually is ozone, what is it made of, etc.,
Okay.
etc.
Trying to break down the pill's chemical composition will be a very difficult task. This is a passive difficulty of 5. On, we'll say, for you, you're going to have to roll understanding for this, believe it or not. This is a very complex drug. So, let's see how you do first. You can invoke twice and pass, or you can just take the limited information that you have.
I think for this I'll double invoke. I'll do my crime scene investigator because being a crime scene investigator, I need to be able to understand the chemical compositions of things that we find on site, and then of course my drive, which is learning everything he can to understand what it is that is ozone that makes it up.
Okay. Um, you learn a few things about ozone, which is that um, it is sort of related to a textbook chemical composition of medicine that was first developed around 2040-ish, maybe even a little earlier. It was being worked on. It started off as an anti-aging drug, but the chemical composition of the current ozone is like far different. Originally, this was meant to preserve old people, and it was a very expensive pill, but has since, it seems, been cut with mind altering substances not too dissimilar from LSD, um, striking more like, um, how do I say it? Educational parts of the brain, almost like parts that are necessary for learning and retaining information, as well as visualization. Um, sort of some of the analysis that you're able to gather about that, the precursor to this was that aside from anti-aging, it was also used to help to improve brain elasticity in older patients to combat things like memory loss, dementia, and even some conditions like Alzheimer's. On top of that, the patent holder for this particular chemical composition was, and though still the legal classification of this one is murky. The original patent holder for this was the ELO, a moon-based corporation, Megacorp, that used to run the moon for quite some time. This was made by some of the founders of the ELO. This one in particular, however, this ozone that you have is far altered from the original, as mentioned. The chemicals that have been used to kind of like cut and basically remix this medication are a little bit difficult for you to parse since you are not a chemist. If you took the time as a merman, it's likely you could learn and read up on this to get more of an idea, but it'll take you a little bit longer than it'll take you like maybe an hour or two to like sit and really like pour through some books on chemistry. um I speak may be able to get it quicker than that, but for you it would take about that long to just like, you already have the knowledge, it's just a matter of connecting the dots.
Yeah, I'll say Mikey would probably take that time. He's probably like looking at it under a microscope. Like there's an eye stalk looking into the microscope, and then there's like an eye stalk the opposite direction, like thumbing through a book, and maybe like another like, like he occasionally reaches over and like will search something on a computer. And yeah, he's just he's got all these extra eye stalks all taking in the information to try and learn as quickly as possible.
You are able to, with some of your access to police database privileges, your ability to cross-reference information quickly, read multiple screens at once, to like just go through all this, parse through it very quickly. Um, Not as sharp because you're an I type. You're good at receiving the information, not as sharp as processing it as like maybe a brain type would be. Um, it's just a matter of taking a little bit more time, and you do. And by taking that time, you are able to discern that the drug, as far as you can tell, is not meant for a formed mind, a fully formed mind. This is meant for like, you can't even like, if you're reading the information right, this is meant for like it's like a prenatal drug almost. Like, it's meant to be given directly to a developing fetus, a human fetus. But that doesn't make much sense because a human fetus doesn't even have the development capable of like processing some of the effects of this drug. Like the parts of the brain aren't even formed. So the only conclusion that you can possibly come to is that this was made to be given to clones in a vat.
Okay. Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense to Mikey because he doesn't know a lot about clone people, I don't think. But
No.
but yeah, I guess that makes sense. If you can't give it to a baby, you have to give it to an adult whose brain just hasn't developed, and that itself doesn't make sense because an adult should have a fully developed brain because they're an adult, unless they're grown to be an adult immediately.
Exactly. If you were to give this to, you can tell by the chemical composition what you've cross-referenced it to. First of all, it's obviously highly addictive, both physically and like psychologically to people, just with fully developed brains. It also seems to burn out some of their cortex, their visualizing, like their visual cortex. Um, Fuck with their memory, their ability to perceive and recognize pattern. Basically, um, it kind of weirdly can supercharge a brain for a bit and let it perceive things at a higher level. But then it takes its toll quickly by burning out the brain's ability to do that. And it even works on your kind, merfolk, doing almost the exact same thing and actually fucking with on an additional level, your genetics, so that when you go to regenerate, it doesn't come back right. Like, so if somebody, one of like a mer person were to take this way too many times for a prolonged period of time, they wouldn't be able to regenerate their way out of this one. They'd have to get like some kind of like weird gene therapy to fix it.
Okay. Yeah, he notes all that down. Would he, given enough time, be able to like break down like what part of the drug would fuck up mer people and like what part is basically like the hallucinogenic and like the mind?
It is the hallucinogenic part that
Okay.
fucks them up. It's like it's pretty much the anti-aging part is irrelevant for your kind because you don't age like people do. Like you don't have that weird whatever telomere. The you don't have the genetic damage from aging. You have genetic damage from other things occasionally, but in this case, yeah, it's explicitly the hallucinogenic part that fucks with you because it is meant to help shape a developing mind, basically, into seeing certain things.
Okay.
And you snorted immediately.
Oh no. Yeah.
Yeah,
For the job.
Yeah, gotta do it.
No, he would probably just like collect the exposed capsule like dust or whatever it is inside and just put it back in the baggie that he collected it in.
I'll say for you in particular, this seems extremely dangerous because fucking with your eyes is
Yeah.
fucking with your bread and butter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's no good. But yeah, he'll put it back, and just put it back with the rest of the evidence that Aqua's collected. But yeah, he'll probably have a whole like write up made.
Aside from the comparison of this pill to different pills that you do have in evidence or different chemical notes that have been made about those pills, there is something that I will say catches your eye, no pun intended. One dealer somewhere was found dead in a hotel, a bunch of pills on him. Not really that crazy. They just assumed he overdosed, though they think it was weird because if he was a dealer, he was taking his own supply. He must have had a lot more than he had on him when they found him. And also, his system wasn't exactly flush with ozone, so they're not exactly sure what happened to him. It was just sudden death in the night. Hotel manager found him. What catches your eye about that is that he had a business card on him that nobody seemed to know exactly who it was for, or what relation it had. That business card had a name on it, and that name was Sonny Fortuna.
Yeah, that would probably raise the not hair on the back of his neck. That this dealer was seemingly cursed, yeah. And yeah, didn't go through with eating whatever it is he needed to eat and died. Or
Yeah.
maybe something else, because Sonny seems to deal exclusively in curses, so it could be any number of things. But that's something to note.
Yeah. Now you have a note that Sonny Fortuna has been associated with a dead dealer. You know that he gives out cursed items, correct? And there is, well, I don't know. You know what? I'll just let you guys connect the dots on whatever's going on there.
I mean, he passes that on to the team, right?
Yeah, no, especially to like Ice Peak, since he knows she was carrying his card, despite the fact that he saw her eat chapstick and seems to be okay. Just wants to let her know that, like, yeah, he's probably either been the exact cause of death for a drug dealer or inadvertently killed a man with his weird cursed cards.
Yes, thank you. I am not surprised. He had threatened us quite directly to
oh yeah,
lay
I
off
mean
his
he did.
property.
Yes. No. Yeah. No. Obviously, but I mean, do you think that Deboro is also in the drug trade? Could he have gotten the ozone from him, and that's why he had the card, or do you think
It,
that the guy had something else? I don't know enough about the dealer. I'd have to look into it, but
it is possible he silenced them because they make the drug.
I mean, it was formerly ELO, and Deboro seems to have a lot of ties to them. You know, back when they were, the moon was accessible.
How much do we know about ties of Deborah and Yellow?
Actually, Dorobo doesn't have. The only thing that you know is from Scorpio magazine, which is a
Oh, okay.
rumor about a base that is an upside down version of Babylon, and that's all you can. That's the
Okay.
only
Okay.
real link there.
Okay, then I'll amend that and be like, I mean, there are all those rumors about ELO stuff and Deboro stuff being kind of the same but stolen. I mean, if this drug is linked to ELO, if they're stealing stuff from them, they could have stole this drug and repurposed it. I mean, the drug's been around since the 40s.
I do
mean,
not
that's-
trade in rumors, but it is a good place for footwork, which is, Mikey, your specialty.
It, and he just kind of like, there's just kind of a flat smile, and he just goes, "Yeah, I'll get on it."
I wish you luck. If you leave the drugs here with me, I will continue to analyze.
Oh, okay. Let me go back up and get it. I put it up in evidence.
I will find it.
It's the
But
most
I am
recent one. I've already opened the capsule, so just be careful. I don't know how much of it you might absorb through your skin. I wore gloves.
I will be careful.
Okay, I speak. You inhale the whole thing.
Inhale the whole thing into
Yeah,
one
you open it
singular.
too fast, and yeah, it poofs up, and you just uh-oh. All of your lamprey's eyes just immediately just pinpoints, and you just
Well, like one hand just accidentally touches it, but I have faces in each hand, so whoops. My hand is very drunk now, or high. Just my hand.
So what is it that you're gonna do, Mikey? To
if I
footwork on this?
can, yeah, I wanted to get a little more information on the dealer that died, if we have anything. I assume if we found a dead drug dealer, that there's a chance we might have arrested a living drug dealer once who is the same guy.
Yeah, he had a record. He was a member of the 2,000 Miles gang. He was otherwise like just low street level guy dealing. Seems he was somebody's important, like their cousin. Other than that, rather unremarkable. Nobody seemed to cause much of a stink about him dying either. Even though he is someone important, like the cousin of somebody important in the gang, like just figured that he was a knucklehead and ate too many ozone pills. Unremarkable life.
Okay. Okay, yeah. He probably just takes in that information since it's nothing of like super import, other than like he was related to somebody who was big in the 2,000 miles. And yeah, just kind of sits on it. There isn't a lot to work with there, other than like who he's related to, and then I guess kind of following that branch.
Yeah, you would just naturally. It's like a captain in the 2,000 miles. You would go up. It's like 2,000 miles isn't exactly a like big mover in the city. It just like started out as a local neighborhood gang that expanded operations. When samurai started to get more power because people wanted to do business with people that weren't samurai controlled.
Did you crash again?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he would just
His
pull
computer
that
crashed.
together.
Just so you know.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's why I couldn't.
Oh no.
Is Blue back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, the last few minutes has just been us like trying to figure out where ozone comes from. So we're doing like the footwork for that.
Okay, cool.
Did you hear that it might have been originally from the moon?
No, I missed that part.
Okay, so it might have been developed on the moon for clones.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
I took notes. Ozone was a medicine. It was based off of a medicine from 2040 that was used to extend life / used for anti-aging in the elderly. The pill worked to help stop the effects of aging in the mind and retain mental plasticity, and stop the decay of things such as Alzheimer's. It seems to be cut with something akin to LSD so that it affects the learning parts of the brain and injects just hallucinogenics. The original patent was held by the ELO, which we know are the people on the moon, and that at some point it made its way back down here and then started getting mixed up into actual hard drugs. And now we have ozone.
I
Yay!
see. Thank you for the summary.
And we kind of connected that because we found a drug dealer who had died from it in a past case, and he had a card that may or may not belong to Sonny. It does. Um, Sonny might have killed him with the card curse. We aren't sure. So maybe Deborah is the one who's producing ozone and selling it because they seem to be stealing a lot of ELO stuff. But that's all rumors, and you can't work on rumors.
Okay. Thank you.
Some good notes. Also,
Yeah,
Deborah,
you did really
crazy. Yeah, just.
This is what my notes to Jim are gonna be.
Oh!
You guys don't understand the drugs. They're
You
coming
don't
from the
understand
moon.
the drugs from the moon.
Rich is peddling them.
Oh, yeah, I guess
And
it
you
would be
two's
for
doing
Simone,
nothing.
too.
My notes are like way more like random and disjointed, so good job.
Oh, looks like the DM's back.
I am back.
Hello. We caught Blue up.
Okay. Great. What's causing those crashes? I have to deal with it, I guess.
Yeah, jeez. Stupid crashes.
At least it's not too frequent. Got that going for me.
Kind
I guess
of.
something mixing with VTT.
I don't know. Probably.
Because that's like the thing I can think of that you'd have up today.
So I guess to get back to what I was saying was that low level guys. Where did I cut out? I was talking about 2,000 miles. Like basically, seems like they're just dealing. Finding the source for this is a little bit tricky. It does seem to be, as I mentioned, I'll say moon-based pharmaceutical. And since there's no information coming out of the moon, there should be no current developer for this. Nobody manufacturing it. Unless somebody got the method of doing so. Yeah, formula for doing so.
Ooh. Probably Dorobo.
I'm just gonna keep blaming all our drug problems on Rich.
Probably.
It's a solid plan.
You left one of your eels at the beach, didn't you?
I did.
Okay.
Is anything happening there?
Yes. After some time, it seems that there's a little bit of a commotion. Some of the workers seem to have found something.
Hmm.
How close do you want to get to try to see what it is?
Why don't then if I go into the land, I'll get cursed. So how close is it to the border? I guess.
Not very close. You have to To see what it is, you'll have to risk getting cursed.
Oh, it might be worth it. Yeah, I'll risk getting cursed.
Okay, it's going to be a series of escalating slither rolls.
Okay.
Starting with a +3 as
Um.
as an obstacle, basically, to overcome.
You go. Oh, I have to reset. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, anybody who's connected, you just have to reset because I had to restart it. Okay, you managed to bypass what looks like a lost child chasing a balloon.
Nope, that's not real.
He almost trips over you. He turns back to look at you, and you see he has very sharp teeth.
Oh,
But then he just keeps running after the balloon.
always good.
Go ahead and give me now a roll against a +4 difficulty.
Oh,
Oof. Do you want to re-roll that?
yeah, I do. I've got 2 fate points. Ooh, I'll use that last one, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. So now I'm down to 0.
You're down to 0.
I think that's as close as I'm gonna get.
Yeah. The next one is a +5.
Can I choose to stop here and like see as much as I can see?
Yeah, but it will still be like very difficult for you to gather.
Okay. Should I just try anyway, or get risk it? I don't know. That's up to me, I guess.
I will say that I'm going to compel you by your extraction of corruption drive. So you get 1 fate point back, but are pressed to go forward. This seems to be extremely, whatever's going on here is likely very corrupted.
Okay,
in some way.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay, but you do need to roll against a 5, or risk a great curse. Ooh!
Wow.
I did it!
On the second one, you almost accidentally wandered into a house with a family sitting inside that was just there on the beach. They all seem to be looking at you, but when you realize you're about to go into something that isn't there and turn away, that house is not there anymore. And instead, there's just a little tiny toy model house.
Okay.
But if you were to look at it, you'd see there's still tiny little people inside of it.
Horrifying.
So slithering past that, there is a gauntlet of different video screens that all have static and like creepy faces on them and eyes. You manage to snake and weave through them without catching their attention until you finally get to the edge of a crater where you find Sunny Fortuna is kind of standing looking down into a pit surrounded by a bunch of black hazmat suit workers. He just kind of reaches down into it with his bare hands and pulls out a leaking blue tank with a brain and, well, several brains actually.
Oh, it's here.
Looks like we found another one. What's this bring us up to? 27, 28. He shakes the tank a little and then presses his face against it. Wonder what you're hiding. All right, keep digging. Might be more. They didn't all go down over Japan. He just puts it very gently onto a cart that someone pulls up, and other technology scraps are like dug out from the sand. He kind of like wipes his hands off on a just napkin and very places it into a biological waste bag. The brains in the vat, Ice Peak, looked like they were alive. Like the equipment hooked up to them, even though they like crashed down here, their casing was like hard enough for them to survive, and it looked like the equipment was all running on them.
So it's like these functional containers that are like
Yes.
glowing and beeping and
Yeah, yeah.
have wires attached to them.
They look burned, badly burned, like they maybe went through re-entry or something.
Ooh. Well, Ice Peak is fascinated.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's yeah. What do you do after you get that information?
Oh.
You're stuck in that. You're stuck in there. You could maybe sacrifice your eel.
To, like, get in the jar or what?
No, like kill it off, because if you try to get it through anywhere else in here, you might end up touching. Like it's only going to get more difficult. Basically, you already blew everything.
Oh, yeah. Does it
Although
just
dying
kill
here may
itself?
not be good either. Actually.
Yeah, I don't know. Can I just get in the ocean? How close are we to the ocean?
I will say you can get into the ocean, but you will be noticed.
Okay.
Okay. So you just slither on into the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. If you were to look back, you would see Sunny Fortuna is actually staring at that. Staring at you.
Okay.
He kind of adjusts his glasses and narrows his eyes. And just shakes his head and starts to walk away.
I haven't shown him my lamprey form yet.
It's true,
Yeah.
he doesn't know.
Mm-mm.
But now he does.
But now he does.
And that's to be continued.
He knows.
That Sunny guy. One wonders.
Yeah, he's a crazy genius. I don't know of what type, but that's what it feels like.
His name is fun. I wonder what his real name is.
Didn't tell you. And he won't.
But he won't.
Yeah, it's cursed.
Yes, he will.
There's not going to be a romanceable, cute guy, smart guy in every campaign.
You're up, you two.
Don't
Very specific.
don't lie to us like that.
Every campaign just has a tortured genius. He just needs love.
And one of us will always romance him.
He didn't seem that tortured to me, though.
No.
He's a little cursed.
He's
Yes.
a little cursed.
Yeah, just a little cursed.
But he likes it. He seems
Cursed
to
to fall
like
in
it.
love with us.
Every campaign is just a Netflix Christmas
Yes.
movie.
Correct.
Yeah.
Royal
It's a Hallmark Christmas movie.
edition.
Royal Christmas Curse.
I'm cursed to live in a small Vermont town and grow Christmas trees. Please help me.
I'm-
I cut down the
All I
tree.
have is my trees.
Yeah, there's one tree in this forest that if I cut it down, it'll break the curse. I've been trying for decades.
So I hope
Rough.
everybody liked Roisty.
Roisty.
Yeah, Roisty's here to be your friend.
Why
He's here.
Roisty?
It's not Moisty, it's Roisty.
It's somehow worse.
The spawn of Moisty, right?
Maybe.
Something like that.
I don't think I ever explained Moisty to begin with, and I
No.
don't know that I will ever explain Roisty either, because
No.
why not? It's more dreadful, more dread inspiring that way, you know. You just never fucking explain it.
It really is.
He's shown up in some weird places before.
Did you tell her about the time you guys found him in a prison cell in an alternate universe, hissing in a corner?
I did vaguely describe that we found him as a feral, like half man, half oyster, like creature once.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
it got real bad.
With a
He just
metal
kept
peg on his
increasing-
head.
Yeah, he just kept
Metal
getting,
what
yeah.
on his... What was on his head?
It was like some sort of metal clamshell that encased his head.
Like,
Yeah.
Think like an oceanic Silent Hill.
Ah. Okay, okay. Oh dear.
But it's okay. He made it to Earth somehow and is now representing Dagon of Egypt.
God. Yeah.
no.
It was the only way it was going to end
How?
for Moisty.
He's always been cursed.
That's what happens when you divorce somebody in a mascot costume. Just absolute worst.
Oh yeah,
It only goes
Pam.
downhill from there.
There'll
I
never
guess
be
that's
another
why.
Pam. Pam the Clam, was it?
Yeah, Pam the Clam. What?
Just shaking my head. Did Pam and Moisty have kids? I have to know.
I don't know.
Oh my god, mascot
no- there's-
children.
Like, these are Twin Peak rules. I'm never gonna explain Roisty
That's
or
fine.
Moisty.
I don't need to know anything about them other than what we already know.
The rich backstory.
Yeah, I don't need the illustrious, like why he decided to put on the giant foam clam shell.
Nobody
All
cared
those
who I
years
was,
ago.
so I put on the clam, the oyster.
Or why, for whatever fucking reason, the ELO or whoever decided that, yeah, a giant oyster, that says Valentine's Day to me.
Oh, that one's easy. It's because oysters are an aphrodisiac.
Yeah.
True.
But still, like, to
But
turn it
ELO,
into a
please.
mascot and, like, have
Yeah.
him go running around town on Valentine's Day, just
Telling people to
wishing
bang.
people well. Yeah.
It was literally his only purpose.
Wait, he was
No.
telling people what?
To bang.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Moon holidays get weird.
Yeah, moon holidays are really
You
weird.
try and celebrate Valentine's Day and you end up murdering most of the
Nazis?
1%. You know, just a typical Valentine's Day.
What happened to us?
I love the
We
moon
just-
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, we ended up in a murder party.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But we did get a fish out of it.
True. Yeah, that was actually a really good Jason Valley moment, I'm gonna say. Kind of his finale, now that I think about it, yeah. Or for that arc, I mean.
That was the idea.
Well, it was his face. It was his face reveal.
Oh, yeah.
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 That's when he was like, "Mwahaha." I've been the evil werewolf guy the whole time.
Not evil.
No,
Good
no,
guy.
no.
No, we're
Yeah.
still friends with him.
Yeah. Only tried to murder us a little bit.
He was doing it out of love.
That's true.
Kind of. Loves to murder. Freaking Jason and his crazy death arena portal thing that he's doing right now.
It's fine.
He's
Shaking
just
my
having
head.
fun.
Oh no,
What,
kids
You
are
guys go in there
battling.
at some point.
Yeah, what? You and the boys have never gathered on a magical island in the middle of nowhere and fought for sport? Like,
And blood royale each other? That's
Yeah.
just like normal.
that's just a weekend with the boys.
Is it? I how your boys' nights go?
Yeah.
We just go to a spa or whatever. You guys go battle royale each other to death.
Yeah. We just play a most dangerous game.
Not crazy at all.
I haven't introduced much about that because it seems like you guys already have your hands full with
Yeah.
everything.
We don't need to deal with like missing persons cases that lead to Jason Valley Island. Not yet. We're dealing with cannibals and neo-Nazi white supremacists again. Like,
We
just
haven't
too
gotten
much.
full murder yet, so Jason doesn't take us away yet.
Yeah, nobody's gone murder hobo. You don't get taken away. You just get invited. That's all.
Invited, yeah.
You might get invited eventually, Ice Peak.
Yeah,
Don't
maybe.
think though nobody noticed that you got a guy murdered.
We did get one guy murdered, yeah.
You do like blood,
Correct. I am probably the closest to the valley.
and it is mysterious.
Yes. I'm very close to the valley. It's very dangerous. I ride the Twilight Line very carefully.
Just go in. Go into one of the windows. If they show up, just go right in.
Just go right in.
No.
Can you send only a few of you?
What do you think?
No.
Yeah. Fucking scum hacking with those like those eels, thinking you can like bypass the gods.
Well, she doesn't know it's a god portal.
Don't learn.
She is gonna
No.
learn.
He can't hunt all of her, just some of her.
Well, he can. He explicitly
Or can
can. Yeah.
He's the god of hunt. He can hunt all of her. Yes, that is what is his skill.
One thing I haven't covered, Ice Peak probably has a super distinct smell.
Maybe, yeah. He has a bunch of eels.
Eels, chemicals like cleaning chemicals or analysis chemicals, like whatever other smells you might pick up at a police station. Blood. Like, she probably like maybe evades sight, but you haven't run into anyone yet that could like track you down by scent. Jason Valley 100% would smell you.
Yeah.
Because
haven't-
eels are delicious.
I'm waiting for that one hunter merman that just fucking tracks down each one of